We're live. All right. Do. We got one person watching. Let's see who it is. Who are you, my friend? 2 people watching. Holy shit. That's pretty quick. You're showing up in droves. Oh, yeah. Let me post this link in the chat. Invite, copy the clipboard. Let's see. V. There you go. In case you want to join. Oh, sweet baby Jesus. It's been a long day. It's been a long, long day. Tired. Hopefully doing anything right now. But doing this shit. At least it's just entertaining. Let's see. Undead Walker. Sup. Once again first. Dang. Welcome, my friend. How you doing? We in here. Always catch the live stream if I've been trying. Yeah, if there was some people that were that say even with the bell icon enabled, they don't get a notification when I'm streaming. So I don't know, but it is what it is. They'll show up whenever they feel like it. Normally it's like Don or Livers in here first, so it's nice to see someone new. What's up? What's up, Black Earth? Is Black Earth black? No shit, we got 4 viewers now. Holy shit, that's quick. Jack. My man Jack the Nickelback. Actually here on time for once. What's up, my dude? You did pretty good in that last chat we had. Ah, shit. Let me move my stuff real quick. Put that over in the trash can and back over here. Oh my god. What is up, Jack? What's going on with you? You having a good weekend? We're having this big storm coming through DC pretty soon, so I'm kind of like hunkering down for that. Gotta do some laundry tomorrow and then work out a little bit. Good thing I got my own bike inside my condo, so I can just work out at home. Since the gym's probably gonna be shut down because of snow. 180K on game. Dang, that's a good return. I got it on AMC, but it didn't go up nearly as much as GameStop did, so I only got out with like 5K, but still something. Then again, I was already pretty heavily invested into other stocks anyway, so I'm not really that like interested in like giving none back to women except escorts. Escort maxing. Make sure you pay your taxes, my dude. Don't forget that. It's cool. Profit is oh yeah, profit is profit, dude. Don't get me wrong now. Profit is profit. You can't complain about that. Yeah. I can't believe Robinhood shut down so many fucking of the other stocks I own. They shut down almost all of the stocks that were like being pumped up. It's like pretty fucked up actually, but I might switch to a Webull, but apparently Webull is the exact same. Like Webull has the exact same restrictions on it as well. It's like what the fuck, dude? You can't trade shit anymore. That ain't worth it. Shit's bullshit. Oh my god, I'm just fucking tired today, but gotta be on. Let's see. Since it goes beyond Robinhood, it was beyond Robinhood. Dang. Let me keep when the comment pops up, I'll read it. This was beyond Robinhood. Pretty much everyone had a clearinghouse issue except Fidelity and Vanguard. Yeah, it's gonna be an issue probably for the seeing future right now because like everybody's fucking are running into the market now trying to pump up stocks and it's like I don't know. I'd believe it though, but yeah, you made a pretty damn good return on GameStop though. It's not bad. So basically, you made about minus tax is probably what half of that goes away in taxes just about. Actually no way. It's like probably like 37%, 30 tax brackets. What's the tax brackets? Because it's got to be short term, right? Tax brackets, tax brackets for this year, correct? 2021, because it's going to become regular income. I only know this because I'm a fucking tax accountant, or I used to be an accountant or a tax accountant. So let's see, should be 2021. Let's see. Started with 2K. That's not bad. Dang. Fuck me. Yeah, you can't go wrong with that. 100 over 180K. Well, it's not all gonna be taxed at 24% for you're single though. You gotta be single. Where the fuck's the goddamn single brackets at? Show me fucking joint brackets for. Fuck that shit. Oh, there's Nerd Wallet. That's a good one to look at. Nerd Wallet. Nerd Wallet. Single filers. 180K. 32% at the highest end of that. That fucking sucks, but it is what it is. You can't go wrong with that. Greetings, my dude. Let us keep coping the chick out of this world. Started with 2K. Yeah, like I said, not bad. Can't complain. Look at you nerds here not spending plays. Ha ha ha. What's up, my dude? What's up? Yeah, what's up? Nah, just getting talking about our haul from the GameStop and AMC and everything else short squeezes that happened. Mostly GameStop, really. Oh my god. The sad part is the stock still hasn't gone back down. I don't know what the fuck the shorts are going to do at this point. They're fucked. Today I actually watched a Donovan Sharp video. He was talking about apparently there's like some infighting within the manosphere. It seems like everybody's kind of running dry for content right now. There's not a lot going on in the world. Um, even someone like O'Shea Duke Jackson, who makes pretty not trash videos. He makes pretty celebrity focusing videos. Even he's kind of running out of content. So, this is weird. It's not weird, I guess. It's to be expected. The world's kind of slowed the fuck down, so no one's not allowed to talk about. The only thing that might save them is GameStop offering shares, but even if they did, it would be expensive. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Manosphere is always fighting anyway. Yeah, they always are. I mean, apparently there's like some shit going on with like Rollo Tomasi and somebody else, and like Rollo Tomasi screwed somebody over when it comes to like money or some shit like that, and he's pissed the fuck off. Like he's calling him like the scam father or some shit. I said that dude looks like a fucking dude from Tales from the fucking Crypt. I love how you are not dark and suicide-inducing as other Black Hole channels. You keep yourself positive even though the world is going straight to hell. Keep fighting the good fight, peace. Oh, you're leaving? Dang, Pablo. That was quick. Escobar. But nah, yeah, I mean, I don't see a reason to fucking be preaching the fucking robe to everybody. What the fuck's the point? It doesn't do anything, do anybody any good. Talking about how you should fucking self-end. It's like, well, no, don't do that. Like, I tried that already. It's not gonna do you any good. All it does is fucking put your ass into a fucking psych ward for a few fucking weeks or for like a week. Setting at your prime, boys. Yeah, dude, in a fucking prime. The fuck is that shit? I guess he had this place to spin. Yeah, my answer for Roper that are you first, bitch. Yeah, basically. Yeah. Did you ever get to talk on that stream last night? Dude, I didn't bother. Like that fucking MAGA man guy was like literally talking my fucking ear off. I just couldn't listen to it anymore. I just left. I just fucking left. I was like, okay, this is ridiculous. I talked to at the very, very beginning of the stream when it was just me and him, and then he invited like 5 people in there, and it got just really bad. I was like, fuck that shit. I was like, I got the fuck out of there. Got really annoying. I thought MAGA man was all mover, all mower. What? All mover? I don't know what you mean by that. You want to can you rephrase that? I thought mystery school all over. Oh, he was like all over that fucking stream, dude. I was like, he just kept talking and talking and talking and talking. I didn't know what the fuck he was even talking about. I was like, what's he talk? Yeah, he was like literally talking nonstop. I was like, okay, I just got on. I got on for like 5 seconds and got the fuck off. I was like, okay, I can't do this anymore. I can only listen to him talk and talk and talk and talk for like fucking 5 minutes straight. Dude needed to take a breather. Goddamn, he kept talking. I was like, what are you talking about? Like, Jesus Christ. Sayad Hashimi. Who's this Neek? What? You mean who's this week for to talk with me? Oh, there's nobody really, unless you want to hop on. Show your face. Why? It's a mystery, dude. That's the whole point. Mystery school? Duh. Come on, man. It's a mystery. Ooh. What's he look like? Ooh. Ah, Neek means good guy. Oh, okay. TRP analysis mathematical model on female pair bonding is off. We can beat him up on another stream unless he's weeded up. Oh god. UK slang. Gay. Lol. Lols. Citadel portfolio manager Jeffrey Psaki and the White House Secretary Jim Psaki. They could be related. Yeah, probably are. I believe it. This is a school? Not really. More like a mystery. Go smoke a fag. UK slang. Mystery. You recommend Berserk? What's your opinion on Griffing? He did some messed up shit? Go Griffith? Yeah, he's a pretty messed up dude. A lot of people have like mixed opinions about that guy though, because they figured, okay, well they would have done the same damn thing for their fucking dream, but who knows? I do recommend Berserk though. It's a really good fucking manga. Phenomenal manga. Can't go wrong. UK slang. Huh. The whole finance government sector is more incestuous than an Alabama family reunion. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Like when you start, like I watch it sounds weird to say. I watch a lot of Fox News, especially Tucker Carlson. He had a pretty good expose about how like incestuous the not incestuous, I guess. But he had a pretty good talk about how like how the government and finance and all these big institutions are all in like a bed together. It's been this way for a long time, but it's like I think some people got majorly like a red pill this fucking week because they came to realize that, like how fucked up the system really is. They have to. Berserk is great. Griffith did everything wrong. Put your glasses on. Put your glasses on. Got to keep that bloodline pure. That's why they promote multiculturalism, miscegenation, but don't practice it themselves. I believe it. Yeah. I mean, like, it really is odd to me how like these people in like a gated communities can like preach all this stuff about how, oh, y'all need to work together and be together and let all the brown people in and let all these foreigners into your country and accept them all and do what you got to do and blah 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 blah. And, you got to be nice to people and be blah blah blah. When they are none of that stuff themselves, they're all a bunch of like blood sucking, backstabbing, evil people who do exactly the opposite of what they preach. They're like extreme hypocrites. I don't mean to go like into like a fucking politics rant here, but like it's true. Like these motherfuckers don't practice anything they fucking preach. So Israel, yeah, yeah. I mean, I hate to bring up the fucking the JQ here, but damn, like, I hate to bring up the fucking the JQ, but I mean, like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to go too fucking crazy on this fucking stream, but yeah, I have come here from Marty Martyr stream. Oh, thanks for that. Yeah, there was a great hue of white in Nazi Germany then among the white elite in America saying everyone should play nice. There was a greater hue of white in Nazi Germany than among the white elite in America saying everyone should play nice. Okay. Oh, I would say that the people realize just how fucked the financial system really is, and how fucked they are when it comes to like investing. Like when you invest in the stock market, dude, like especially when Robinhood, a Citadel has all your information, and they know exactly what you're gonna do before you do it. So like they can like easily like they can bet against you effectively. So like they're constantly selling your information to other people, trying to like basically steal your money. And a lot of people are going to get a red pilled and black pilled via on the financial system because of like this how fucked it all is because of this GameStop shit. They stopped trading on stocks, stopped this, stopped that, and you can't trade stocks anymore. You can't they're investigating into like, oh, Reddit was doing this stuff and how could they, it's all insider trading, blah 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 blah. It's like, okay, this is bullshit. I think eugenics was here in the U.S. before Germany, if I recall. You should be honorable and nice, not us though. The evil elite. Yeah, like really, like they expect honor and niceties. Like they only like put a facade or like a mask over themselves to show, but they really are evil at the very core. I had to drop off the grotesque and martyrs stream too. Esoteric, huh? Oh, let's see. We should discuss the prospects in 2021 summer. I see a lot of bad shit coming this year, and incels are going to be the boogeyman. Are they? I feel like the new big boogeyman right now is the white nationalist scare. Or like, oh, the white man's gonna come. He's evil and he needs to be taken out. And these are evil white nationalists everywhere. And like, be afraid. Ooh, the Nazis are coming for you. Oh, the Nazis are coming. It's like, okay, yeah, like, come on. There was an interview with Webull CEO online saying that clearinghouses won't even be able to honor the stocks at such high prices because they don't have enough capital. I believe it. Yeah, and people keep investing money thinking they're going to screw the system. Yeah, like you might have screwed up a few hedge funds, but at the end of the day, like it's not really gonna. You haven't accomplished anything. You have to burn the whole damn thing down. It's like a fucking cancer. Isn't that just free markets that work? That's why capitalists are hypocritical scum. The problem is that we don't live in a quote unquote free market system. We live in a crony a capitalist system. We live in an oligarchy and a plutocracy. We don't live in a fucking free market fucking capitalist system. If it was a free market, those hedge funds would have been allowed to fucking fail. God is evil and have mental illnesses. Am agnostic. Oh, that's window dressing. Yeah. I can't hang with this constant coping with Spinoza and Leibniz. I mean, 70 billion lost so far. The short squeeze hasn't even happened yet. Oh, yeah, there is no such thing as a free market. Yeah, I actually agree with you. Yeah, those don't really they don't really exist. Like nothing exists in its purest form. You're always going to have some sort of like impurities within the system. So like, yeah, there is no such thing as a quote unquote free market. Like we're never gonna we've never had free markets. We never will have free markets. But like, you could have a freer market. You could have a market that's like free of bullshit. And you could have a market that actually lets firms fail and letting a new firms grow from the bottom. Like, have to be honest that it's not just Wall Street on this. This is just another try to blame capitalism on the issue. The issue is the power groups that collect the analytics who warmed their way in. Oh, a lot of comments here. Let's see, high IQ comments. Let's see. Jason Black is making videos where he claims to be the father of the red and black pill. Cringe. Also, Kevin Samuels is moving into black pill territory. Oh, is he? Okay. Huh. Might start watching. I watched some of his content last week, a little bit. So mainly Clinton Co in China. Yeah. Did you see that man bitching and crying in the news because he cares? Oh, fuck them, dude. What's up, buddy boyos? From one Incel stream to another. Here stream, Incel stream. Here I am. What's up, my dude? What's up, Dralix? Father of the Black Pill, the fuck? Dropped his plates. In your prime. Yep. Please, I don't want Kevin Samuels talking about the Black Pill. Yeah, I laughed. Undead Walker. Black Pill is just the end stage of the Red Pill. A capitalism is a problem, my guy. Well, I would say any system would have every system has its problems, but oh man, it's so hard to talk about because capitalism has been very very good at has very very good at not so much allocating resources but creating lots of resources very very fast and creating a lot of prosperity very very fast. The problem with it though is that I think it would inevitably grow into a not autocracy but a plutocracy, I believe, or an oligarchy. Is it oligarchy or plutocracy? Oligarchy. I think it's oligarchy, right? Oh yeah, an oligarchy, effectively, and a plutocracy. Is this the same thing or plutocrat? Government by the wealthy, yeah, plutocracy. Yeah, I got it both right. So yeah, it will inevitably grow into that because like the people who make all that stuff or people who control the capital will end up with all that shit and they end up with all the power. So it's just inevitable. Oh yeah, let me post this link again. Copy clipboard. Ah shit, here you go. There you go. Just in case you guys want to join. Not sure if you want to join here or not. Let me I found a really funny picture on the 4chans. Did it load? The fuck is this picture at? What the fuck was that? Whoa. Not what I asked for. Here we go. Share the screen. Share screen. Screen 1. Allow. Here's the picture. I'll go back to the comments real quick. It says the basic bitch starter path for millennials. This one's pretty good actually. Be unique by doing exactly what everyone else. Checklist number of countries visited. Corresponding photo refers to what's next in the bucket list. I like the NPC face. Matching tattoos. Teach, practice yoga. Refer to self as yogi. The Alchemist. Talk about how this book changed your life. Get your septum pierced. Dye your hair blue, pink, etc. Attend Coachella, Burning Man. Have love for mindfulness, brunch, positive vibes, wanderlust, wine, passport stamps, craft beer, being random. Take picture with exotic animals, baby elephants for tigers. Use adventure as verb, e.g., let's go adventure or looking for someone to adventure with. Have multiple diet restrictions. It's like, most importantly, never be able to explain why you have done any of these things beyond a sentence or two. It's just true. Just fucking true. It's sad. And remove. All right. We had our fun. Where did I stop at? Let's see. Still over 120% short float. Wall Street bets is saying they either lied or hella misled. Those two. Oh, they basically lied about this. Okay, that's what you mean. Okay. Are you gonna get on? If y'all want. Oh, yeah, it's up to you guys. Get on if you want. I don't give a fuck. The line, the link is there. I don't donate. I don't ask for fucking donations for shit. I used to think that Mexico was corrupt and America was heaven on earth. It seems like all countries have they're all corrupt to an extent. Yeah, like even the most. Yeah, even the most you know, the best countries have corruption in them because it's just by the very nature of being a politician. Like, how do you think all these politicians get fucking rich? They all insider trade, obviously. Just obvious. Like, come on. Holding the line on AMC, Game, and Nokia. Bleed them fat cats. I can get on too. I got 800 strike options. I got to sell on Monday. Low. We're the only fans account to pay for college. Oh, Drolix is here. What's up, Drolix?
What's happening, man?
Oh, let me just cut my audio onto off of that because you can hear that shit onto my USB mic. There you are. Okay, good. All right, we're good. Kevin Samuels literally asking for money, or he'll stop the stream. Wants to talk about the black pill. His donations will dry up like the Sahara Desert. Damn. Can't be that bad. Positive vibes. Blah. Yeah, I hear you. Capitalism's main flaw is that it relies purely on idealism. Humans are naturally the one way or another. Ergo, capitalism reflects that. It ignores that the planet is an no abundant with infinite resources. Yeah, like capitalism runs off the assumption that you can have infinite growth, and that's just not possible on a planet with finite resources. It's just not true. Yeah, it doesn't happen. Jack Nickelback, pretty sure they got covered once. All the trading platforms force traders that only be able to sell. Citron won't be publishing their short reports from now on too. Shake my head. Dang. That would shoot the price to the moon regardless, or if sold only. Damn. It's over for capitalist sales. It might be over, guys. I don't know. Jesus Christ. So what's up with you, Dralik? What you been up to?
I was kind of in the dark this whole week because my phone broke and it took like a week to get a new one.
Dang.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I upgraded my phone from I think it was a Galaxy S6 to like a S20. It's freaking dope.
Damn, I have my Note 10 still from a few like 2 years ago or something like that. It's a pretty good phone. I don't plan on upgrading for a while now though. It's too expensive. I'm gonna spend all that money for that
Yeah,
shit.
I was forced to upgrade since also the S6 doesn't support like LTE on the on the network, whatever. So like my text messaging and phone calls stopped working.
Dang.
That's how they get you.
Yeah. That planned obsolescence.
So how was the week for you?
I've been so fucking busy at work because we have our year-end closing for the company, and it's like a lot of stuff to do. So it's like a lot of like, doing this, doing that. So it's been pretty damn busy for the last 2 weeks. Plus, we have a new system, so then the system's been doing some weird stuff in the system that we don't really know where it's coming from. So I've been going through the whole system and like reversing all this crap that it's been doing, and it's taken like 2 weeks to get it done. I'm down to like six fucking like contracts I have to look at in order to reverse that crap in those contracts, and they're all like it's really fucked up in those contracts. So trying to see if there's like a shortcut way for me to get it done and over with and just call it a day. But yeah, other than that, though, it's been pretty blase. We have the storm coming through pretty soon for it's like a snowstorm coming through. So
Yeah, I keep forgetting. Are you like on what is it, East Coast time?
yeah, I'm in DC. Well, I'm not in DC. I'm around DC. I'm in like the DC Virginia area.
I see. Yeah, I'm on West Coast, so it's been pretty quiet on the West Coast in terms of weather.
Has it been raining like all fucking week?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm in the northwest, I should say, of West Coast, so it's always raining
Oh,
basically.
okay. Yeah, I heard it was like some big storms coming through, and it became like a it's coming through. I think it's like it's flood. It's basically coming over the entire country. It's gonna make it to the East Coast pretty soon. It's like a slow moving storm. So I brought my a laptop home and to work from home, just to work from home the next 2 days. Hopefully it gets snowed in, and I already got food and stuff ready to go. So it is what it is.
Yeah, like the worst fucking winter storm I got caught in. I was literally eating beets out of cans.
Damn, what the fuck?
Because I was totally, unprepared, and I was like, literally, there was like no food in the house. Like I was trying to pick up fucking cereal crumbs off the cupboard board.
Yeah, I
That
got.
how?
I just went out and got food. Well, I had like the delivery services send me some food, so I just said screw it, just because I got some food yesterday. So
Yeah, I had to like freaking walk like 3 miles in the freaking winter storm just to go get some groceries. I was literally like starving.
damn.
But yeah, after that, it was like never again, buddy boyo, never again.
Yeah, not gonna happen to me. Let's see. Jack Nickelback just got my luck rich enough to be Republican just in time to be for capitalism in the end. Are you gonna be teach us some black pill PUA at your school? Become a PUA god or rope motherfucker? I'm not a PUA dude. I don't teach PUA. I have no way to teach PUA. God.
Uh, yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised, like sooner than later, some, the quote unquote black pill normie is gonna be like trying to sell the black pill as a book, right?
Apparently, like Incel is like I guess this first stopped doing streams or something or what. Apparently they said they need help. I wasn't sure what they were talking about, but like I went ahead and asked them what kind of help they would need in an email, see if I could help out. I don't know what they really need.
Well, he was on last stream with Martios and Todd that I was listening to, but he answered some of this stuff. Apparently, he's just like overwhelmed or taking a break. So
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Yeah, I went
just
ahead and I responded to I sent an email to the Incelmatics, Incelmatics.com, whatever you want to call it, the whole Gmail account they have, and I just applied and asked them if they need help. I wasn't sure what they needed help with, so
it's probably just like some people to make more content and organize some stuff, I guess.
well,
I
they've been doing the whole live stream thing for a while now. It's been working out pretty well. I mean, they have like what 3K subscribers now, which is insane for an Incel channel.
yeah, but like it's crazy. Let me see. I can bring up my channel myself. Yeah, I just started making videos like around holiday break, and I hit like 75 subscribers today. It's crazy.
Not bad, yeah. I got I could come from you. Okay, I think you cut it down. Wait, no, you didn't. Why can't I hear myself in that? Either way, yeah, I got my first big break from this guy named Black Ram 313 to I was on his stream for a little bit. We talked like it was like a year ago now. We had talked for like a little bit, and then I recommended my channel after a while, and then we kind of just talked. So, but I only have like 200 some odd subscribers, 250 something subscribers right now. So, but I'm not really that worried about getting subscribers. It's like whatever. It's not like I'm
Uh,
making money off this thing anyway. But
yeah, yeah. I'm kind of curious just to reach like, the what is it, the folk 4K hours and 1K subscriber, and to see like how much money you can actually make.
oh, off of YouTube,
Yeah, I'm sure it's like pennies though.
yeah, gotta be. And plus, would this content even be like monetizable? Like,
Exactly.
like it's even worth it. Let's
I
see, Jack
highly doubt it.
Nickelback, Black Pill 101. Find out how women work in 5 easy steps. Oh yeah, like yeah. I tried PUA a year back and was lucky enough to get into the friend zone. Made some red pill guys some money through with book sales. Wow, you actually paid them? Holy shit! Donovan simp started well and got corrupted. I don't know about Diamond simp.
I guess some of these red pillars some of them I can respect. Like I think Coach Greg Adams is a-okay. He's not like the other dating roaches. I guess
He's
he's
not.
also from a older generation, so
Yeah,
like in the true
there's
sense of MGTOW, he is one of those guys. Like I know he was married, got his divorce, raped, all that stuff. And he is from like the older generation from where things were still back, or when things are still good back then, is what I was trying to say. But I think like the modern roaches are just like, I don't think they recognize how bad it is, and they're trying to preach from that perspective.
I don't think that old people really realize how bad things have gotten either, really. Like when you look at like the average politician or even beyond that, like the average like 50 or 60-year old or even someone who's like 30 or 40, like even someone who's like 35 in his late 30s or mid 40s, like the old heads, like even they don't know how bad things have gotten because like they didn't grow up in our era with like social media everywhere, with dating apps everywhere. Like they grew up in an era where like you were still dating in high school, you were still dating in high school, or you were dating in like you were dating more face to face. Now it's all done online, and like girls are playing these fucking games, and you gotta do this shit. You gotta like hop through a million hoops. If it's even worse it or not, like you know what I mean. Like it's not like like
Yeah,
for
I would
for
say
them.
probably 40 and beyond, or the 40
Yeah,
and beyond age is probably the still the blue pill, the old fogey syndrome.
yeah, like for them to like give us advice is like it's like who are you? Because like you have no clue what it's like to live in this era. Like your brain and your perception of what dating is like is your mind's still stuck in the 1990s. Like you're not living in today's world. So
Yeah, 100% agree. Like, cause I'm in my 30s, and I've watched it all, like from pagers to those block cell phones, to flip phones, to
yeah,
smartphones. Like
I'm
I've
turning
seen it
30 like
all.
next year or so.
Yeah, so I guess Coach Greg Adams is a-okay. I don't know about, yeah, maybe Better Bachelor is all right too, 'cause they don't like e-beg or try to sell you shit. But
Yeah, I
yeah,
don't particularly mind the people who just produce content and just kind of like
exactly.
make it, but I do mind the ones who are like trying to sell me a book or like they're making like fucking like networks and it's like okay, this is fucking dumb. Like you're making a network about something that has a finite. It feels like a lot of this content has a finite a lifespan without because like you're running into like a problem now where it's like you're running into a content loop where like you're kind of talking about the same shit over and over and over and over again and like at some point you kind of run out of stuff to talk about. You know, the Black Pill was a relatively untapped ground to some extent, but even then, like, how much can you really talk about female nature? Like, there's not much to talk about left. Like, okay, we've gone over hypergamy. 80-20 rule. Okay, gone over that, gone over this. That's why my videos tend to focus more about like I normally try to cover a scientific topic or try to explain some part of it using science or some sort of like article or research from like Wikipedia, and then I go on and like try to like talk about the concept like some sort of black pill concept, but yeah, like it feels like everybody's kind of are running low on content right now because COVID's locked some of stuff down.
Yeah, no, I think you bring up a good point because, like, after I started making videos, like, I didn't realize, quote unquote, how hard it is to produce content, right?
It is. It is. It's really hard to like think of a topic and like it's like I have like a million PowerPoints I've made, like at least 5 or 6 that are like in the works constantly, and I'm always looking at them saying, "Is this worth it for me to even talk about?" Because like it's kind of been beaten to death a million times. But like I
Yeah,
have one on a stereotypes that I might make. It's about like dating stereotypes and how like they affect you and stuff like that. But like that's the only one I have that's like even halfway decent that might have to be made. The rest of them are kind of like whatever, you know.
yeah, no, I have like my black pill notes here, and I got tons of ideas too. But then you end up realizing, like, nah, someone already did this and explained it way high IQ than I could ever do, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, what's the next one? Um, so yeah, that's the problem I'm finding. And I think you're right though. Like I do have a couple of, topics that I do want to make, which is on geomaxing, right? And so like we all talk about it, but no one actually has made a video on like what it takes to actually do it. Maybe like step by step, kind of like a documentary style, like here's my journey, how I money maxed, here's how I'm gonna support myself, abroad,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. So I'm kind of looking into, maybe a more scientific, in-depth, knowledgeable black pill on what it takes to geomax. Although from the more research I do, it's like the overturn window is like shifting so fast. All the expats are saying like it used to be good at least 10 to 15 years ago. I think geomaxing in 2021 and
It's
beyond is
dead, dude.
probably it's
It's
just not
dead.
gonna happen.
Yeah, like it's really is hard because like we have this weird it's not hard, it's just like just be white theory is still true, but like man, like it's getting way more saturated now. There's too many men running over to Southeast Asia to like find a fucking waifu versus like a few years ago there was like nobody doing this, and nowadays now you're pushing up the standards for the women already in the area. So, it's only gonna get harder and harder and harder every year to find a waifu, your future waifu for to marry or date or want to call it. So
Yeah, and then it's kind of like I had a black pill moment when I got this new phone. I'm just like, holy shit, like phone and smartphone technology, it's pretty good, like I would say. So then if every, young Floyd has one of these and, they have access to the internet, it's like, Western degeneracy in general and corruption of the mind just takes hold.
yeah,
And it doesn't matter where you go now. It's like if everyone has like, at least an iPhone 5 or whatever.
yeah. I'll respond to your comment. Let me read some more comments here real quick. Let's see. Um, where did I stop at here? Black Pill 101. Find out how women work. And oh, that's you already read that one. Let's see. Black Pill 101 beginner's course. Mope, cope, and rope. Okay.
Last chapter is rope.
Yeah, last chapter is always rope. Just had a picture of a rope next to it. Like, well, that's all I got to do, huh? Yep, that's the last part.
Step by
TGA.
step instructions on how to tie a noose.
Yeah, make sure. Oh God. Oh God. CGA and Sandman are at least respect the Black Pill, even if they don't follow it. Yeah. The next dating platform is LinkedIn. I'd believe it.
Oh no, it's already happening. I've seen a whole bunch of posts where like women are complaining, "Hey, keep it professional. LinkedIn is for, you know."
Professionals. Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I never would have thought that's fucking happening. The older generation could buy a house with a trade job. Try doing that today. Laugh my ass off. Yeah, it's fucking true, dude. But they have no fucking clue how hard it is to live in this era. Please tell me that's a joke. Oh, someone was Tony Lee. Okay, respond to that guy. Some incels could ascend, but they often mentally ill, poor, or have some too high standards. Okay, the only part that I agree with you here is the mentally ill. Poor is not really your fault per se, and high standards is not something that most incels have. It's just not true.
Yeah, my only requirement is don't be a land whale.
Yeah, I'm not even saying that you can't even be chubby. Just don't be a fucking land whale. Like, just don't be literally a land whale. Like, I'm not the most thick on the face of the planet either. Like, I'm pretty a husky myself. It's like, damn, I'm not. But I don't think I deserve to fucking date a fucking land whale, like a literal fucking like 0 out of 10 fucking sad fuck. Looks like a fucking hand planet looking
Yeah,
chick.
like
Okay, like
it's just I can't do it. Like little Jimmy can't get up, right?
yeah,
Like
Jimmy's like, what the fuck's wrong with you, dude? Like, are you fucking out of your mind? Like, I'm not doing this one here. You out of your mind? Sorry, buddy. You're on your own. But you use a fucking mouse.
oh, but I mean like, like anatomically speaking, like how would you even do it? Like you would need duct tape.
You need some fucking a lot of lube.
Like
Just find a fold and go to town, boy.
yeah. Like even let's say I could get it up, like little Jimmy's working. It's like I don't know where I could go in.
I always say that there's no such thing as ED. It's all just because your wife got fat. It doesn't exist. It's just
No,
not
that might
doesn't
be actually
exist.
a good theory.
Let's see. Okay, let me read some more comments here. What standards? He's like, what standards, dude? Talking about Tony Lee Sky. It's the damn limits nowadays. I wouldn't be shocked if fucking Wikipedia edits became a way to smash. Damn. Old folks just never get it. There's a great economist guy on here named Dave Ramsey. Oh yeah, Dave Ramsey. That's the guy I was trying to talk about last time. He gives good piece of advice, but he's blue as fuck. He preaches marriage like as if it was easy. Yeah, he's pretty fucking dumb when it
Oh
comes to stuff
man,
like
I
that.
used to listen to that guy. He does give some base advice, like financially,
Yeah,
but
I follow his stuff all the time. Like, okay, like I have like a 6 month worth of like income and reserve, stuff like that. Like very, very basic finance stuff.
yeah, I stopped listening to him as soon as I realized like when he was preaching about marriage, and I was
He's a
like, oh
fucking boomer. What
boy.
do you expect? He's a fucking boomer, dude. Like,
Yeah.
I did a test the other day, looked at couples, loads of 4 out of 10 guys in the faith, but they were with rather unattractive women or were NT, well off looking or confident Mac, just saying. That says nothing about the rate of sexual access though, or what it took to even get relationships. They could be looking at simps. The collapse has accelerated its Hiroshima and Nagasaki over, boys. Oh, damn. Let's see. Yeah, I'm sure the test was scientific, involves a controlled group. You were up and asked some questions for research. Oh yeah, I was hopping in on our Carolyn. Let's see exactly what I thought. Simps, who cares? That is real life. Men provide. Yeah, but like I've never a simping is something I never really understood because I feel like a simping goes beyond just providing for like women. It goes into like the next step beyond that. It's like it's almost like you self-sacrifice for women as well.
Oh no, I have a thing on this. I even said it like in the other stream that I came from too earlier. It's like I would say men are raised to be blue pill by, default factory setting mode, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, like society is only beneficial if it continues the blue pill narrative. Like think about even, pre Chad 19, like just think about every business. It's like it is there to support like simping, and think about the florist, the husband buying the wife or flowers, all the businesses, restaurants, all of it is there. Like I used to work restaurants too, and like Valentine's Day was like the booster day, like they make so much money on that what do you call it, Valentine's weekend. And yeah, it's like I said, and then men are grown up or taught from a young age, so like, oh, you always got to take care of the girl, be nice to women, open, be a gentleman, open the door, blah blah blah. It's like terrible. So yeah, by factory default, men are blue pilled simps, and I don't think they even realize that they're simps, right?
Yeah, I don't think they do either. I left the stream for a second. What the fuck was that? Is it still up? Still running? Okay, good. About to say,
Uh,
holy shit. But yeah, they probably don't realize that they're simps because, like you said, like you get conditioned by the environment and by society to be like a certain way. So like they don't even realize what simping even is. But I think like this simping goes takes it a step further beyond providing, and it goes into like a level of like self-sacrifice that shouldn't be there. Like you shouldn't be like dying for a woman. It should just be like a matter of like, hey, I have to provide. I understand that just by societally speaking here, but like everything else is like beyond that is like really weird. Like becoming like a feminist is like a way of like simping. It's like beyond simping. I don't
yeah, I
know.
think it's could be like part of the, old DNA conditioning, like from way back in primeval days or something. It's like you gotta
It
protect
has to be.
your
It has
women.
to be.
Yeah, yeah. And it just never left or it's no longer a necessity in the modern day. So it's just like one of those old programmings in your genetics, like you have that tailbone that for some people exists, but it's obsolete.
Yeah, stuff is true. Let me read some more comments here. Let's see. Wikipedia is trash. YouTube uses it as valid source for fact checking. Let's see. What's up, buddy boyos? Radio Pushka. What's up, dude? Spoken like a true woman. Get ready for the Apple car. I believe it. Tesla is gonna have to compete with them now. Being a simp doesn't matter, bro. Just be a doormat. What? I've been a free thinker my whole life. Okay, whatever the fuck that means. I hate when people say that shit. Free thinker. Like no one thinks freely. You dumb motherfucker. I'm just saying. I did the test. Look at a couple solos of guys who were 4 out of 10. The face with semi-okay women. Like, how did you determine they were 4 out of 10? You just fucking like look at them and by your own fucking bias criterion, you determine they were 4 out of 10. The fuck you talking about, dude? Apple car with iRobot Max. Let's see. Yahoo car. Ew. There's no such thing as free thinkers. How do you think they were coupled? Did you ask them questions? Did you have a controlled group? What did you? Oh, Jack wants to join. Okay. What's up, Jack?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
All
What's
right, cool.
happening?
Nothing much, just GME, and didn't even think about it, but I can actually Geomax,
Yeah,
you
you
know?
can now with the money. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, for like 2 trips, but whatever.
That's still better than
So
nothing, dude. Hey, don't complain.
when did you buy in, like from previous or just in
Now,
the
like I've been on Wall Street bet since September, so when it popped off that first time from 20 to 40, I was like, oh shit, this is actually real. So right then,
man, I missed out, dude. I only wish I knew. I
oh
could
no,
have probably
I spent a week fucking it up trying to invest in it, but finally got it right last week.
Yeah, I
yeah, I
got lucky
wish
with AMC a little bit. Made like 5K off that, but they make a lot, but still something.
Yeah.
no, I was doing the math the other day. Like I wish I knew I could have probably dropped a 40K and bought 10K shares, and that would have put me at 2 million on Tuesday.
I mean, if you got to be careful because now, if you're coming in right now, you're just banking on the short squeeze.
Yeah.
Like if you were coming in originally, like the first reason to get into GameStop last year was that it was undervalued and people thought it was going to come back. Nobody was really thinking about the short squeeze exactly. Then when it popped off, then like okay, the short squeeze was just possible before. Now it's certain. So now everybody's starting to pile in, and that's why
If
everybody's
they
staying.
if they can pile in at this point, every single trading app saying nope, you can't buy anything. Nope, you can't
No,
get in.
not
Nope.
all of them.
Oh,
Don't
really?
forget, one is just the clearinghouses that are creating a lot of issues, and two, you still have Vanguard and Fidelity. So once a lot
Ah,
of those people transfer to the Vanguard and Fidelity, and it's going to be a meme at some point, you're going to see a huge upswing. It's going to be on.
that would be crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Huge
maybe
I
I
would
shit
should
say
sellers
try to
I would
get
say
already.
into
either
it.
this week or next week, probably.
The problem is this the amount of money you need to buy the shares would just be astronomical to actually make it. You know, they make a lot of money off that, but like it's still worth it's still worth trying. I guess just throwing a few $100 and see what you make. But
I mean, at this point, you got people. It's not about money anymore. People are coming in to make a political statement.
yeah, that's true. At the very
But
start.
I think most people still don't realize. I what was I reading? Like the total market share is a good percentage of it now is owned by the average Joe, so to speak. But the vast majority still is coming from other wealthy investors.
I'm just
That
wondering
could,
who's gonna be stuck holding the damn bag.
Well, like I said, well, let's say GameStop doesn't have a share offering for whatever reason.
They'd be
It's
dumb
gonna
not
be
to.
yeah, but let's say they don't. It's gonna be the hedge funds. They're the ones that literally owe the shares. If they don't, look, they're the ones that owe all the money for the shares. Right now, they're paying interest on the borrowing.
Yeah.
Once they run out of money and they get margin called, they are obligated to either deliver those shares or get liquidated. And at that point, all those big institutions have to buy shares pretty much. But there's not enough. Because even with the shares that are available, you have a lot of large institutions and a lot of the actual GME higher ups, like the CEO and all that hold a lot. So there's a lot less than they're actually saying. But once that margin call happens, it's only going to be a question of how many thousands a share of GameStop is worth, because it's like $500 already, and the short squeeze hasn't technically happened yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, Mystery, you said you got like 5K in AMC, but if it tanks, oh well, that's just part of the risk. 5K
Yeah, I
is nothing.
already sold my AMC. I made 5K out of AMC, but I only put like 2K in.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. Like for the average Joe, okay, you lost a couple grand or whatever. That's no big deal. But yeah, like Jack says, the hedge funds are gonna be the ones truly fucked over.
Yeah, that's why you're seeing everybody on CNBC and the SEC, some people at the SEC talk about like, oh, we need to protect the retail investors. Like, no, nobody was saying that for all these years.
Yeah.
People have been investing. Like,
Man,
I lost
fuck
like
these guys.
I lost like $3,000 last year investing, just trying to learn the game. Nobody gave a fuck about me.
Yeah, me too. I lost a lot of money last year, like trying to just play the game and trying to like figure out what's going on. And it's like, the sad part is like they fuck you over so hard because like a Robinhood literally sells your data to like the hedge fund that's like betting against your ass, and it's like, okay, this is like fun. Like you're constantly going to lose unless you like invest in something like Apple or something like that where it always goes up. Other than that though, dude, like you're kind of fucked when it comes to like buying if you're buying on Robinhood. Like you're being constantly traded against with people who have insider information about how you're going to trade. So it's like you're at a constant disadvantage. Bullshit.
Yeah, but like think about the situation though. Like back in $10 and $20, they could have got out cheaply. They did all that naked short selling because they were probably trying to bankrupt GameStop so they wouldn't have to owe anything. But they basically look, retail people. Let me stop saying the regular people didn't set these hedge funds up. The hedge funds set themselves up. The regular people were just like, okay, if we own the shares, then they'll own us. Then they'll owe us. So they almost literally just walked into it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we just own the shares and they'll owe us instead of whatever billionaire tries to buy them. So yeah, because
bad fucking bet.
Yeah, because the posts on this were going back like a year. I know Deep fucking Value, the main person who held through everything, and everybody called him crazy, but now he's sitting on 47 million currently. And the thing is, it's not over, so that's 47 million for now.
Yeah, they might even go up to like fucking like 80 million for all he fucking knows.
Yeah, even I'm middle class now, so I can complain about all these damn poor people out here taking up all the air.
But, you motherfuckers,
yeah, I'm selling out.
Just use Bitcoin, bruh. I don't know. Bitcoin is always like, it seems like a big fucking meme half the time. I mean, it did have a good run. It had a good run last time. It went from like 20 to fucking almost 40 overnight, but it always crashes somewhat at some point. So you gotta like get in while the getting's good. But that shit dropped down to like 7K after the first run. Oh my god! Like I wish I would have bought some a Bitcoin then, but it is what it is. You win some, you lose some.
I might get some Bitcoin and Ethereum. I might get some of that stuff just to diversify a bit. Yeah, not even to make money, just to keep it somewhere else.
Yeah,
I was thinking of getting in. There was some few like Dogecoin was like 3 cents.
Dogecoin.
Yeah, like 3 cents. 3 cents per coin or whatever, and then in a week it shot up to like 8 cents.
Like, oh my god, we're making money here, boys.
You doubled your money there,
Yeah, you did. Technically speaking, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of big money actually moving right now, and just using the Wall Street bets people as cover. That's not quite being said, but then again, as far as that, hey, I'm fine with it as long as I make money in the end.
Yeah. Are you still in? Or are you out? Did you back out of that yet?
Yeah, remember that 180 I was talking about?
Yeah, you cash out already or what?
No, I reinvested that right into 800 strike calls. So
okay. Oh, okay. That's what you mean. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm holding over the weekend because last time I dodged the weekend, it shot up to the sky. So
okay, there you go.
Are you saying like 800 times 500, 40K?
No, the strike basically for options. The strike is an option is an obligation to either buy a stock at a certain price or sell a stock at a certain price, and they come in batches of 100 shares.
Okay, yeah.
And the premiums is what you pay. Like, okay, you have the if you buy an option, you have the right to get shares at this level, and the premium is what you pay for the contract. Now, the contracts themselves are based on a great part of the price is based on time left and the volatility, which is basically how many people are buying and selling it. So basically, GameStop is so volatile that around, I would say around 10:45 to 12 o'clock usually, the prices get extremely low. Like the contracts I bought, they started the day at like, I think what, $10,000, $12,000. And at a certain point during the day, they ended up like, I think the day's low was 3,300. I got a lot of mine at 3,600. So like if next week is even moderately, well, I found that it goes that low during that time, and from 9:45 to 10:30 roughly, that'd be the day's high. So what I do is just sell during the morning, buy right after during the day's low around 11 to 12 o'clock, and usually I could just wait for the next day, and it's made me kill them. So
Maybe I should get in on this thing.
yeah, if you're extremely familiar with options, yeah. Like,
yeah, I never trade options half the time. I made some pretty good money off this there was this drug called like Amarin. I made some pretty good money off of that. I made like $10,000 off of trading that a few it was like last year or 2 years ago actually when I traded that one. And then yeah, but I didn't sell the stock and it ended up like plummeting, but I made good money off the options, so it was good.
yeah.
Oh man, money maxing is it's a good cope.
Yeah, we're gonna be everybody here is gonna be the richest virgins in history. It's gonna be amazing.
We're gonna make it. We're all gonna make it.
Yeah, the escorts may charge us double. We can afford them.
I don't know. They might charge us triple.
Good point.
Quadruple. I don't know. Wherever they want, but yeah, I mean it's a weird shit. It's been such an odd week in the stock market. Like I've been watching this thing for like a while now, and it's like, okay, like this is getting insanity right now. Like, well, how on earth is this like this stock fucking $500 at one point? All this shit makes 0 sense. But at this point, a lot of people are just doing it just because, like you said, like you're doing it because, like, hey.
I mean, it's not just the regular people. It's also delta and gamma hedging. Basically, when a whole bunch of people buy a whole bunch of out the money calls and all that, which is when the calls have a strike price above the stock price, whatever, then those big institutions have to adjust by buying more stock so they stay neutral, and that jacks up the price. So it's not that many people relative to somebody like JP Morgan or something crazy. It's just that the things they do have such exponential knock-on effects that here you are.
Yeah.
And now you have hedge funds that are probably stepping in, smelling blood in the water, and they want to take down Melvin too. And Citadel. Oh, okay, let's competition, and we could just let these people on Wall Street bets take the fall for it. Cool.
Do you think there's going to be like reform on short selling in light of this whole thing?
There's already rules on a naked short selling, which is what they fucking did. Like,
I think naked short selling is already illegal. So
Yeah, so they should actually be fucked anyway, just by the nature of like they should be fined or some shit.
It's kind of like at this point, it's like asking, we gotta have a lot of murder. I mean, we should make murder illegal. Like, yeah, we're there. We
Yeah,
just don't
see, the
enforce it.
problem with this fucking like fine, it's like all chump change to these motherfuckers.
Yeah,
Like,
they don't
you
care.
gotta
Yeah,
arrest
it's
them, put
it's
them in.
literally the cost of business now. Well,
Yeah,
it's
it's
been the
like
cost
put
of
them in
business.
prison. Let them drop the soap.
Yeah.
That's where the real fear and reform will come from.
Well, if all these people invested in GameStop, which now it's just a whole bunch of regular people and their literal grandma, if they don't get paid right and they're actually owed the money, it's gonna be hell.
I mean, it's gonna make the whole system or the whole damn game look like a fucking like a joke. Like it's gonna like
It looks like that now. Can you imagine?
if they don't get paid, it's gonna make it even look like
Here's a
worse.
prediction though. Like, so if the people don't get what they're owed, and technically speaking, the government will have to step up. But then, what's that head of the U.S. Treasury? She's backed up by Melvin
Janet
Capital,
Yellen.
also, or Melvin Capital also. If that doesn't tell you, conflict of interest, so then it puts the government in a tough spot where, like, okay, we got to support the fat cats,
I
but we
mean,
also
the
if they
fucking
don't
It's
pay the
it's
people.
too many eyes on it. Like, look, you had Robinhood have a class action lawsuit a day after that fiasco. Can you imagine? Like all the actual.
and it's for Robinhood. It's one thing to restrict sales. It's another whole thing to like make a sale for somebody else. That's what really happened. Like that's what made things so fucked up. Like they were like literally selling people stock off when they didn't even give people the option. They just sold the stock off for you, and it's like, okay, this makes zero sense.
I mean, I think Robinhood already does things like that automatically for some features, but it's the context of when it happened. Like, okay, during a random day, if they sell certain things they consider risky, and not everybody does it, but I think Robinhood, like, they won't let you hold I don't think they let you hold an option up on to the expiration day. They sell it like the day before. There's safety features like that. I don't use Robinhood. I use an actual broker, but it's the context of when it happened, though. During this whole GameStop fiasco, and everybody's trying to buy, and you stop them from buying. Now the price artificially shoots low, let alone what the hedge funds are doing to shoot it low, like short ladders and all that crap. So now they have all this time to cover relatively cheaply, and nobody can do anything about it. And Lord knows what they're gonna do Monday and Wednesday, but
Yeah,
it's the timing that really makes it bad.
Yeah, I think if the government doesn't help the common folk, I think there might be some major repercussion coming.
Well, everybody and the actual mama is talking about and looking at it now. You cannot just sweep this under the rug. I mean, think GME is the stimulus package that Biden should have did anyway.
huh? Yeah, every person gets a I don't know what.
Matter of fact, think about what's going to happen once they actually pass that stimulus package, and you have that many people just jumping into GME for like 3 or 4 shares at once.
I think
Yeah.
they're scared. It's like, so this new stimulus is 2,200, right? So if
Wait, what?
everyone
Damn.
got, yeah, if everyone got 2,200, that's a good chunk of change to.
Wait, is it really 2,200? They raised the amount of money?
I think it was 2,200. Yeah.
I think they loaded down to like 16 or something like that because you already got the 6 up front or the 14, whatever they call it. You already got 6 up
Maybe
front.
you're right. Yeah, could be. Well, let's just assume like 1,500. That's still a good chunk of change to, invest in some of these companies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
on a down day, that's about 5 shares of GameStop.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying just
I know, I'm just saying.
GameStop, but whatever the next upcoming, short sell that needs to get targeted.
You probably won't see this for a long time, if only because like these firms are gonna realize, okay, we can't just short like we used to. Like, just not gonna happen again. Like, especially the one that lost billions of dollars. Oh my god, like sweet mother of God.
Tens of billions.
Yeah.
So far.
I think
Yeah.
it's at 87 billion last I heard.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yes, so far.
Yeah, maybe next weekend it will be 160 billion.
And just keep this in mind, the short squeeze hasn't happened yet. Short squeeze is when there's basically a knock-on effect of one person getting margin called, so they buy a whole bunch, which makes the price raise, which makes other people get margin called, and there's a vicious cycle and then nobody can afford shares because there's not enough, so the price keeps going up. That's a short squeeze. And back during the VW squeeze, I think the price of that stock, I forgot which stock it was, but they might have been VW. Anyway, it went from like, I think 200 to 1,000. GameStop might reach 1,000 without the short squeeze, before the short squeeze, and it started from 20. So you can only imagine what the short squeeze is going to look like.
Yeah, I remember Tesla going up to like 800, 900, like what, 4 months ago, 6 months ago?
Yeah, then they did the split.
Yeah, and that's freaking Tesla, you know. So GameStop reaching 1,000 is like, what the hell? I think even Microsoft is only like 400.
200, it's like 200 right now or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's because all these institutions are forced to buy because of what's going on. That's why. You have some institutions that are buying so they can cover, which drives up the price. And cover basically means to have enough stocks to meet their obligations. Because if you're selling something like a call contract, you can sell it naked, which means you don't actually have the shares on hand. You still sell out the obligation. If the price shoots up too much, then yeah, you'll definitely want to get the stock while it's cheap. So yeah, people doing that, and then you have other organizations that are buying stocks so they can stay balanced with GameStop because of everybody else pushing up the price. It's basically a positive feedback loop with everybody. And then you had GameStop being funny, and it's memes. Wall Street Bets is famous now. Fucking dude on Wall Street Journal, deep fucking values on there with a cat shirt, like, and a stole Solid Snake's headband and shit. Like, it's crazy.
Man, it's clown world. 2021.
Yeah, we're in fucking clown
It's
world.
not even February yet.
Did you guys hear? I'm not sure if you guys follow the a lefty YouTube sphere, but did you hear about? Do you guys know who Philosophy Tube is?
Familiar.
Yeah, he came out as trans today. I was like, okay, there's something up with like these really really far left like Chad looking dudes coming out as trans, because like him, fucking ContraPoints came out as trans. Not recently, but it's been that way for a while now. Just seems very odd to me that like this weird like a leftism thing about like coming out as trans seems to be very very popular nowadays. I'm not sure what's going on.
Ellen Page.
Yeah,
I think it's
You have to take back every hard-on you ever
victim
had.
Olympics, right? The oppression Olympics.
it's some of that. Like it feels like it definitely seems to be like more of a I hate to racialize it, but like more of a white issue. That's what it seems like to me. Like it seems like there's a lot of white people out there like coming out of fucking like you know trans or gay or some sort of like weird.
I don't know. I have a theory. You bring up a good point. So, like, I know you, Mister, you're African American. I'm Asian. I don't know, Jack. I'm thinking.
I happen to be black, as they say.
Yeah, exactly. So, the current leftist narrative, it's like they're coming after white people even more so. Look, so some of the news now is like, what was it, in the Capitol riots? They're profiling white women. It's like you were there, you are an accomplice. So it's this attack on white America. So maybe there is a desperation of these so-called white males. They're like, there is no escape other than, seek out more oppression points by coming out as gay or trans.
Well, there is an escape. They just don't want to use it. The escape is to like fucking a nut the fuck up and like actually like be a fucking man, but like they can't do that shit. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I think the attack on the white man currently has ever been stronger.
I had one theory about transism, I guess.
Yeah, go ahead.
I had one theory that it was just idealizing women so much that you wanted to in your subconsciously become one. Kind of like simping on steroids, but like their value is so high and mine is so low.
Yeah, like I keep saying, the men or M2F transgender are men who couldn't cope on legendary difficulty. They're going on Tutorial Island.
Oh my god, legendary difficulty. Like oh shit, Here it comes, boys. Fucking playing Halo on Legendary. It's like, I can't do it, dog. I gotta go back to fucking tutorial mode, man. It's too hard, too rough for me. Like can't figure it out. But it is weird. It's like just seems like just a lot of these like it's especially seems very popular on the far left to become like the just to like become like trans. Like, oh yeah, I'm trans this, or I'm gay this, or I have this weird pronoun crap, or like this weird shit over here. Like I don't know what causes this stuff. Or maybe I do have some idea what causes it, but like it's all so odd to me. Like, okay, like you realize like it's one thing to be like progressive, but then I had to ask like some people like how progressive are you? Like how crazy are you? You know what I mean?
Yeah, is it enough to get your, Johnson chopped off?
I mean, though, like think about the concepts around being a male or male concepts. Are they really honored in the left?
Oh no, absolutely not. I mean, I've always
Like, is
thought,
there any credit given to doing those sorts of things short of fighting somebody at being a simp? Like,
yeah, I've always thought of it this way that the left is your mother and the right is your father. You know, that's the way I've always viewed it. And you know, you can even see it in the portrayal of the things that they advocate for. You know, the left advocates for collectivism, and the right advocates for individualism. One of those things is masculine, the other one is very feminine. So like, or
so it's
feminine.
like on the left, and I mean that part of the left, like the Bernie Sanders. I would say like the Bernie Sanders economic type is different, but let's say like the the media type of left,
Social justice type left.
Yeah, you almost have to make up for being a man. It's like you start with negative points, and you have to compensate for that somehow.
Yeah, it does seem like it's like, oh yeah, you get a negative point for being a man and for being a straight man. But if you become gay, okay, well there's 10 points. If you become a gay trans man, okay, well that's 55 points. You become a gay trans man who also has a weird pronoun, okay, that's at 85 points now. Like, okay, like you're constantly playing this constant ladder of like oppression Olympics to figure out who's the most oppressed and who's the most downtrodden, and are you one of us? It's like, okay, this is really weird stuff. Really freaky shit that I'm starting to like notice it more and more now. It's like, okay, like, well, why on earth is like so many lefties and people in the arts so fucked in the head?
Oh, I think it's brainwashing, man. I'm a rice cell living in the West on, secure difficulty, so don't understand.
You're on Celeste Seaside, like golden strawberry level. This is over, bro.
Yeah, it never began.
Tutorial Island, my god.
Actually, even Tutorial Island is too generous. Like, have the developer just play it for you.
Not even that. You have like the game's on fucking rails. Like,
oh yeah.
The game plays itself. Like just watching a movie.
This is Metal Gear Solid cutscene level at this point. This is all right. Just wait 5 hours. You get to the end. Click X if you want to skip. Like,
there you go.
Yeah, I think I guess 9 out of 10 Stacy, white, blonde female in this society is just like, on super easy mode. Especially if they're, attractive.
Yeah. I would say white women are the most protected. I would say black women are the most free because their men are the most egalitarian. And then everybody else is just in between. But at least as far as the black side, the men definitely don't control the women like that. No, it's
that's because like I feel like in the black community there's an incentive not to control the women, because the women will just make the worst choices, and the men who do benefit from the system being fucked up are always the Tyrones, the gangbangers, because like they have no incentive to ever actually deal with the women. You wonder why? Because they get free pussy that way. Makes it easy for them.
And everybody else just gives up because they feel like, all right, I can't do anything anyway. Let me just leave.
Yeah. What's the point of like laying around in the back community when you can just do better somewhere else?
Yeah, why be there if the highest thing I can aspire to be is a stepfather?
Yeah, exactly. When I can't even have my own genetic legacy left behind, like, what's the point? I might as well just fucking gym max somewhere else and maybe get a white woman or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
let me start a new game. Let me not start somebody else's save.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Drolix, what's it like in the Asian community? Because I don't have a lot of experience with like Asian culture per se, like other than like what I see on like TV, obviously that. But like, what's it like for like women and men? What's the interaction like? I mean, I know like there's like a huge like lust for the white man for the Asian woman, but that's all I really know.
I wouldn't say like I'm all full Asian myself too, because I'm
Yeah,
also
okay,
kind of mixed race as well.
okay.
But I could say yeah, like in general, I look Oriental Asian, and as an Oriental man, I would say even in the West, I don't know if you saw that one, good looking Chang on one of those news sites. He was having trouble like finding a date. It's like, yeah, what do you call it? Yeah, we're just basically invisible, not only to Asian women, but from pretty much any type of void. Like I think
Literally
Asian
a
men are just
ninja.
looked at the lowest in terms of SMV.
I wonder why that is though. I mean, like what causes that SMV drop though? Like what do you think the main cause is? Is it because of like World War II or like the nuke? When the fucking nuke came down, all of a sudden it's like, well, Asian men suck. This is over, guys. We got nuked.
I can answer part of that.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
From what I read, the implication was black women and Asian men, definitely not white men. Asian men had the worst prospects of their gender because black women were considered the most masculine women, and Asian men were considered the most female men, especially with the yacht face thing and all that.
Yeah,
So
Yeah, I've always
least
heard that.
masculine men through what is it? Not phenotype, yeah. And I have to agree, like in terms of comparing all the races among men, I think Asian men in general do come out to be, more effeminate based on the phenotype too. I guess there's a resurgence through culture with the K-pop maxing theory now. So there are like women seeking out Asian men, but then there are very few Asian men that meet the high standard of like a K-pop maxed out guy.
Yeah, like it's Richard Coper wants to join the stream.
What's up, guys?
What's up, Richard Coper?
So one thing I'll add to that, I'm sorry, I'm watching a hockey game, so I just want to tune in for a second. The truth is, I get what you're saying about the, let's say on the scale, let's say with Asian people, but what really is that you got to remember, I had family serve in World War II, and I'll tell you that some of the Asian fighters were some of the manliest, toughest people up until they lost the war. So a lot of it actually is not just the not needing to face, is that their entire culture was emasculated. That's why a lot of them act that way, because you got to remember in Oriental culture, there may have always been sort of a cohesiveness in a sense, like so that's why socialism took there, but it was certainly very masculine and very aggressive. So this is a new phenomenon. I think that's sort of what's happening here with the West. Does that make sense?
Oh no, 100%, dude. Japan was a superpower up until the war.
And
Yeah, I mean,
they
talking
had
about a samurai culture, the stuff they did in China, like I'm not even going to that. I mean, let's just put it that way. They were certainly not soft people. You know what I'm saying? I mean, maybe they could have soft skin, but their behavior was not. And a lot of it was from being emasculated. And that especially happened in China because it's easy for socialism. They just completely emasculated their entire population. That's really what it is. Like again, maybe okay, fine. So if there's always, you could say there's the features, fine. Even if European features, let's say, would get. Maybe talk about that there's even divisions within scale. So let's say you took all the tens, but I think a lot of the perception is because of the behavior is more effeminate, even if that's not really their natural style. That's the big part of it.
Yeah,
I'm not saying this
and
is not saying just be yourself. And no, I get it. Looks matter. But what I'm saying is the culture is now to do that. Is not just to be cohesive, but it's to be submissive. I mean, the biggest culture is that area, and it goes hand in hand.
yeah, you have a point. And then from the physical aspects, it's like black men are generally taller, bigger, Same with the white folks. It's like the whole Asian male. It's just we lose out on most things. That's why.
Yeah, no. Again, like I said, maybe it makes it like signal better, but like you're bringing up even in the black community, right? Is that except for the Tyrone or the Chatterone, whatever term people use now, even there, those guys get maybe not emasculated, but they end up just becoming like the hood version of beta.
Yeah, if you're not
I mean,
Thug
like they're
Max,
raising other guys' kids. They can go to if they yell at their girlfriend in 1 second, she'll call the police. So maybe yes, to white guys or whatever, because like who would run off if anything scared them, because there's been a lot of feminization in that too. But the truth is, it's sort of a myth that all these black guys don't have shit either. So yes, it probably is easier to look down, but it's also behavior, because what I'm saying is, and you said too, that it's even happening within Asia. I'm just using that as an example. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, so fine. So if, let's say you say, all right, the Stacy in the West wouldn't do it. Okay, fine. But what I'm saying is, if it's even happening there, it can't just be lookism, even in cultures that are closed off like Japan, because they still have a lot of racial issues where they don't let other cultures in. And if it's still happening there, where the women don't want to breed, I don't think it's because the men are. I'm not even blaming them, but they're acting unbelievably effeminate. Maybe it's not even out of their control. So it's even within the race. It's not just global scale. So it has to be
Yeah,
something with
definitely.
behavior change. You see like if you adjust for the same lookism, like within it still is a problem. So it can't only be the racial dynamic itself.
No, I agree. There's
If you see
definitely.
what I'm saying, I'm piggybacking on what you're saying, but I
Yeah,
think
no. And
too
one thing I
narrow.
wanted to
Yeah.
add is there's a great what most people don't realize also is a great distinction between the dynamics within, the Asians within the Asian culture and then the Asians
Mm-hmm.
in the West. So from my
Yeah, of
perspective,
course. Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
and my perspective living in the West as Asian, it was already over. It never began. And just like anything, the westernized women have infinite options. So, all these Asian women living in the West, they don't want to identify themselves as, quote unquote Asian. They're more like, a white woman in disguise, basically.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that. Like they say, like sorry for being offensive, but they say it's like Twinkie or something, or is that not the right term? There's
Yeah,
something like
I
where
know
like
what you're
you're like
saying.
you're like
Yeah.
what I mean. I mean I don't know that, but it's something that like they're they act. In other words, they basically could be Caucasian, is what I'm saying. Like I don't know what the actual term is, so I'm sorry if that was offensive. I meant it more as a descriptor, that it's even among the cultures seen as that they're not even mixed. They may as well be other white women.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and even among Asians, there's discrimination, as in, oh, she's just a fob. The fob is the proverbial term.
Oh,
Fresh,
I don't know.
fresh off
Oh,
the
fresh
boat.
off the boat, I guess, or
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
oh yeah. Okay, I see what you mean.
It's like, oh, or they still speak the original tongue,
Mm-mm-mm.
as opposed to or westernized Asian that can't even speak their own mother tongue.
Right, yeah. And then they're looking down as if you're, I know. But
Yeah,
at the
so
same time,
there is a
saying like,
divide
and then they
among
use the
Asians. Yeah.
multiracial angle though. The same woman would be like, "Hey, I'm a multiracial couple," then turn down someone actually speaking the language. I know, it's kind of yeah.
Yeah, I think it was what's that movie? The remake of Karate Kid
The
with
one with James Smith.
yeah, and
Right.
he was on the plane and he starts speaking fluent Chinese to this Asian guy, and then he's like, "Bro, I'm from Detroit." I thought that was super hilarious, but yeah.
Yeah, I guess I never thought about the whole aspect of basically the cultural domination of the after World War II of that, because it is true they were somewhat emasculated. Really, they were emasculated when it comes to like their culture being totally destroyed, being westernized. Like they no longer had control over their own country. So
Especially
sense.
Japan, they wasn't taking nobody's shit in WW2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they were diehard motherfuckers. You know, they would live and die for the emperor, and then all it takes is two nukes, and the whole culture is like, oh, we give
Well,
up.
I mean,
Like
it
those
wasn't.
style.
I don't think it's just.
That's
Well,
outrageous.
I mean, I don't know if it's just that. It was. Well, I mean, the point was at some point they did lose the war, so it's
Yeah.
not. It's that may have ended it, but it wasn't actually the nuclear fallout. It was that you could even see the pictures of when they had MacArthur stand next to Hirohito, and they purposely made him like look shorter than he was. It was to show they did things like where he would stand on a certain side, like because it meant that he was feminine. They did that purposely. Like when they were standing next to each other, it was to show that he's like the loser, but they still needed him. But MacArthur actually he was the emperor legally. He would die the emperor of Japan. You know what I'm saying, by legal terms. So that's what I'm saying. I think the Japanese tried to come back for a bit when their stock market went crazy, and then they had the hyperinflation, and they never were able to return.
Yep.
And if Trump had won, he was going to let them rebuild the army, and they would have become more masculine, which would have been really bad for China. Because there's one thing I got to tell you, there's one thing that China scares more than the white man getting angry again is the Japanese. And when Trump lost, then they weren't going to let them, rebuild the military. It's over.
Yeah, and then another economic aspect is Japan's population's shrinking, and then you would think the economy would also shrink, in correlation with the population decline, but
It's a welfare state, isn't it?
they're trying to keep the yen up high when there is
Right.
no other new blood to support it, and the collapse is coming there as well too. There'll be a second bubble sooner than later.
That's also happening for China too. There's an aging crisis there.
Yep.
He's right.
That they're moving aggressively as far as their geopolitical moves because soon they're not going to have the population to do what they want to.
Yeah, I'm gonna add to that real quick. Like a lot of these, Chinese economy is basically propped up by the CCP. Like all the top companies there are backed by the government.
You're 3%. That's the actual number.
Yeah, so
Money we send there, it's 3%. So it's 103% of all taken in on those weird trades goes into keeping it alive. It's if you want to talk about a fake economy, whoa. I mean, their public sector debt is higher than our foreign debt. That's how ridiculous everything is.
yeah, and in order to prop it up, they're building these ghost cities, right? I don't know if you've seen some of those documentaries.
This one I haven't, no. So tell me. No, I didn't know. No.
Yeah, I forgot
What
which
is that?
documentary it was, but
Putting them in Africa, right?
no, not Africa is a different story by itself, but within China, they have all these new modern apartment buildings, like 20 stories,
With
30
no
stories.
The millennial high rises like they have here, that type of thing.
Right, and with zero
Okay,
people
okay.
living in there. They're ghost towns.
Oh my God! So they're just building them. Wow.
Yeah.
So they're literally just building it to put money on the books to keep the economy propped up.
Right, to say like we built something. That's so weird.
I thought they were building those for like future population growth or something.
No, China's been in decline.
Oh, good luck, China. I don't know about that one, dude. That shit ain't happening.
They have collectively, I think it's like, 60 million, single males right now. And then I think it's like 30 million in India as well. So it's almost 100 million across Asia that are single men.
That area is literally like ripe for a war.
Oh God, yeah, and that's the worst part because they all have nukes. They're all armed.
Armed to the teeth, yeah.
Dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Do y'all see what's happening here? It's about to be a literal virgin war.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be the first black pill war in history.
It's happening.
Yeah. It's going to be the crusade for Punene.
It's not the first time it's happened, so.
No, it's not. It's not. Yeah.
How you say Copa rope in Mandarin?
I have no clue.
I don't know.
It's going to be the battle cry.
Oh, yeah, true.
Just launched a nuke. One nuke. That's all I can take.
Yeah.
Sweet baby Jesus.
I wonder what the protocol is if, like, say, China and India go to war. or
They've already
even
been having they've been having like small skirmishes on the borders because they
yeah,
kind of
or even worse, like say Pakistan and India, and they start firing
That's
off
even
nukes.
worse. That's
Yeah.
even worse. Yeah,
So then
because that actually has a direct. They have a direct religious problem there too. I'm not talking about the religion itself. I'm saying the inter religious issue, the sectarian issues. So it's like that can really get heated. That's not just economic. That goes back culturally, you know.
Mhm.
So whoa, yeah.
But then I would say that would put the U.S. or even Russia like DEFCON 5, and like all the covers would be taken off.
I mean, you got
Yeah, but here's no. But I don't. You're talking about the dead man hand system. No, I think what's really scary actually is that you got to remember they won't drop the large nukes anymore. So that's what makes it even scarier. See, what happened was because the large nukes, the dumb bombs, things like that, they were horrific, but there was too much collateral issues that they just never used them, right? But
Are
now
we talking
a lot of
about
these
the
things they give
ones
different.
that are exploding like 10 miles above the city to yield
Well,
maximum?
those are neutron bombs, but I'm talking about now they even have with the cobalt tip ones. They can, they call bunker busters and stuff. They can do tactical nukes. Like it's not like a video game joke. You know what I'm saying? So they could start
Oh,
dropping
damn.
nukes and then blow out like a square mile. So it becomes much more. There's less risk in MAD, mutually assured destruction,
Mhm.
and so things like that. So it starts to become like when you're talking about the whole system. That's the Gemini system where they have it's a dead man's hand basically. It was that we have it set up that if you totally attack us, it just releases, but that's not what will happen. It won't get triggered because it won't be total war. They could drop something in the Kashmir and just knock off that area. So it's the first time that it will actually become possible. They won't use large. They're not going to raise cities, but talk about terror. Like they could just take out a small city, and then it wouldn't do surrounding damage. There'd be minimal fallout. They dropped them in Iraq.
Yeah.
Bunker busters. That's what they are. They're
The
like
JDAM
half
missiles.
megaton thermonuclear weapons. I mean, they are nuclear bombs. They're not anything else. So they can call them whatever they want, but that's what it is.
Yeah, I guess in my
So-
mind, I'm still thinking of the old school dead man
There's
Gemini.
just no reason. There's no reason to use those. It's a whole new threat. In fact, I even say the levels. You probably be better in those with some of the high. Even I think that even remember when everyone got sick. I think they've been dropping EMPs. At the embassies, when they all got those weird headaches. I think they can do that shit with those weird electrical bombs now. It goes so far beyond Hiroshima, Nagasaki type weapons.
oh yeah.
That would be the least of your worries. People are like, that's why even they joke they hear Nazis, and it's like, dude, that's like before Elvis Presley. Like that's old shit.
Yeah, but I'm starting to
like
think
we're talking.
like the age of nuclear weapon warfare is probably not least likely to happen. And I don't know if you guys follow anything in tech, but the next warfare is going to be cybersecurity warfare.
I thought it already was.
Well, yeah. Of
It's
course.
already
What
here
I'm saying
for
is,
sure.
that's sort of my point. That's what I'm saying. It's like the whole point of what I'm saying, worrying about a Hiroshima, whatever it's like a moot point. It doesn't matter. It's like it's like people are stuck. You're kind of bring up a point that there's things that exist that it does. Like, why are we even discussing? Like, are they going to drop, a dumb bomb, from the 1940s? Like, who cares? And you're right. They're already starting to make the satellites go rogue. There's all this type of shit that people can do. This is eco-terrorism. Do you
all
really
you have to
think the
do is
people on
hack
Reddit are
into
behind this? Do you think the kids on Reddit are behind this? They're not. The groups of the alpha and omega. They started and end it. It's not just like they saw the kids do it and they're capitalizing. They instigated. They instigated them to do these things. These kids know nothing. They know nothing. What are the day traders now?
Wait, hold on.
No,
Wall Street bets?
Yes, they instigate them through that. You don't think they're reading the analytics on these kids? These guys don't know anything. It's not just a troll.
It's a mixture of skill levels. It's all types.
Okay, yeah, but I follow it, and they're not sophisticated on their own enough to do this.
The
The smart ones
majority of them
sophisticated.
are
That's
in
the
for
point of
the
the meeting.
laws, right?
So
Like,
what?
no, I'm saying the majority of them are in it for the lulls, basically trolling or coming in.
Yes, but I'm saying that may be. What I'm saying is, but this is still these types of things. This type of way to get people manipulated takes a lot more than trolls.
It
They
was.
did it. They actually bought the thing, but I'm telling you, there's like plants on those sites. They're plants.
Yeah,
The people you're talking to are plants. That's what I'm saying. So
no, that is
like,
true. There's all sorts, including a lot of people trying to get pump and dumps, or
yes, that's
you have like
what I'm trying to say.
1.6 million
Yeah.
people together who
Right.
are coordinating their money. Like, yeah, of course,
Yeah,
probably
yeah, they're
everybody.
just using them as a weapon. As a weapon. So I'm just saying, it's even the beginning of it is from them. So that's why I cringe when I see people like them going, "Oh, look what we did to Wall Street." Half those memes are coming from the same plants, and they didn't do anything. The companies that went long, the hedge funds that went long, just made a fortune on this shit. This is really dangerous. They're really fucking with fire here. It's not funny. It's not funny at all. It didn't stick it to anyone, and it's just going to get passed on to us. They like this is look. They fucked with the news for a long time and everything, but this is you can't just like fuck Wall Street. It sounds, but look, you had your whole video, Mystery. You had your whole video on deconstructionism. Right? I'm not saying things aren't fucked up, but you understand you can't just fuck the whole thing. That's my point. You can't.
Well, I could tell you about
It sounds poetic. Okay, yeah.
At first, it was just that GameStop was undervalued. That was the play last year. Then it was like, okay, there's a possibility of a short squeeze too with all this short flow.
Yeah.
Once it exploded beyond $20 and shot to 40, then talk about a short squeeze was really on. But before that,
that I understand.
GME,
but that's still part of a pump and dump. No, but that's still what they did in like pump and dumps. There's people like when Jordan Belfort did those things, people still made money. People who weren't in his group, they just played along with the bullshit he did and then blamed him. People made money with Bernie Madoff. You know, how many people made billions of dollars with him. The people who got fucked were the ones who didn't know anything and who like we got more money. That's what I'm saying. These things are coordinated. It's like one hedge fund against another. It's like they're getting really, they're using these kids.
No, I agree.
Millennials as their brown shirt.
Is,
this is their red guard. Yeah.
Yeah,
Again,
like the majority of the investors right now, like, is only a small percentage that turns out to be the average Joe. Like the majority is still held by the other hedge funds.
Exactly. So
plus,
let's say
they
all
already
of them
know
did.
who the big fish are because there are people buying the options in the stock in 10 blocks at 10,000.
Yes, and they probably have been reading when those kids came over to the meme, like, why don't we buy GameStop? There's a reason GameStop is undervalued. The company fucking sucks. There's a reason that it is. The place sucks. It was brick and mortar going to shit, and it's during quarantine. Like that's not you don't have to be. Did you have to go to Harvard to figure that out? So if there's a reason it was considered a moderate risk short. That's why people went along. But what I'm saying is, whoever the fuck, Musk and all those people have been reading these kids' bullshit in those forums, and they instigated. Like, I can't go back and read every chat, but if they've been talking about this for a year and a half, they've been reading this. This is like part of their plan. It doesn't matter if it was it's the same thing on Robinhood. They read the stuff you do, even if you're being honest. Let's say you're just like, oh, I want to learn investing, but then they read your behavior. So you don't think they could do that on Reddit? Like fake talking to these numbskulls? Some of these guys can, the education system's so bad, some of these guys could barely count to 20 if they didn't take their fucking socks off. And now what are they, day trade? But that's not their fault. It's just what it is. And now I'm supposed to expect that like they're prodigy day traders? No, I don't buy it.
No, the barrier to entry has been lowered through these apps, and the average Joe.
Yes, that too. It's like a video game to them.
Right.
If they just click it,
all it takes is a unified sort of leader to point them into the right direction.
People who are 19 on there.
I know. It's the millennials are aged a bit, but what I meant is these days sometimes with the maturity rate, and it's related to, like you said, not having sex, not moving out. Not the 26-year-olds are, for all intents and purposes, 20 years ago the 15-year-olds. No offense.
I would say less
The
than
maturity-wise, okay, but then even less. They're 12, whatever.
Yeah.
So when I'm saying, I'm talking about mental maturity. They could be 32. It doesn't matter. They're 32 and they're still worried about. There's the people of 40 still screaming about what's next on Disney Plus. Mom, could I have the tendies? So it doesn't. I mean, it's true. That's just going on. It's like the Western version of the weeb. It's like a white weeb. I don't know the term for it, but like, Mom, where's my tendies? And they're 40, and these are the same guys. So you think people who are even younger, who have no form of education, even if they graduate college, they didn't learn that much. And now when they masterminded, they stuck it to Wall Street. They couldn't know less about anything. They're one generation away from not being able to write in their own language anymore.
Strategy.
They could be illiterate in a generation.
I mean, hold on. For this play, it didn't require strategy though. That's kind of what it took off. It was literally, all right, this company's undervalued. Not only that, but there's a huge float. Literally, all you have to do is buy the stock.
No, like I
get
said,
that, but it's like a honeypot. No, they honeypot. It's like a honeypot. It looks like, oh, look, we can just go in here, guys. Yeah, they set them up. They can figure out their behavior. It's like when someone does a marketing campaign. They're anticipating, if we put this, maybe they'll do that. And then they see what they do. Okay, so they've been watching these fucking losers in there, and they're not among them. They're using these vehicles as their own weapon. And the worst part is they're so dumb, they don't know it.
No, everybody knows they're being watched, and everybody knows people are trying to pump and dump all the time.
That's fucking worse. That's not funny.
Nobody said it was. It's 1.5 million people there, and probably 1 million of them.
No, this is like guys. No, this is bad. No, this is bad.
What?
You want to doomer some shit? No, they got to stop that shit.
Stop what?
What this they can't use the third bully to fuck the market. Like if you want to start LARPing, guys, no. There's certain no-nos.
Wait, what do you mean?
Look, people can barely handle shit now. You're gonna stand on bread lines. Do you know what happens? I mean, they're really fucking with something bad. This is as bad as it was with the news. They're doing stock manipulation. This isn't a meme.
No, it's a shake.
This isn't a meme.
This is actually good. It's like exposing things.
It's probably
if it does. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I don't. No, they have to stop. They have to. It's like sometimes you just cut your loss. They have to sort of come to a gentleman's agreement.
Now let's slow down. Like we had talked about companies. We were talking about hedge funds that weeks ago could have just covered for way cheaper. They doubled down.
What I'm saying is, it was a large group trying to counter another large group by shorting GameStop the way they were doing it. It would have had a zero effect, if not a net gain, on the total economy, especially when people need a stimulus, whether we like it or not. Now people are going to put their fucking stim money into a fake stock. They're going to start investigating. People are going to lose faith in the market. They got to stop fucking around.
That stimulus money was mortgaged against the future. It was never like,
Yeah, so then now it's a triple down. Okay, so it's triple down. It's a triple down.
I would say there's two possibilities, and the second is worse than the first. One is that all those people put their money into this, and then the short squeeze happened, and then all those brokerages and hedge funds, maybe even Citadel itself collapses, and that affects the economy how it does. The worst outcome is that all those people put their money in and they don't get their money back because of government intervention.
They're not getting it back.
If the government intervenes for those hedge funds and those people end up broke because of their intervention, that's going to be hell to pay.
And what I'm saying is they put them into what that's called a Mexican standoff. And that's what I'm saying they have to stop now. They know that too. They're like, your move. You're going to call.
Yeah, and do you know what Biden's move was? It's like the treasury is a woman. That's gonna solve everything.
Like, oh, don't worry,
I
folks.
can speak,
I know.
I can speak for
Yeah.
at least some of these people who are doing it. They don't care about making a profit. They just want to make the hedge funds burn.
Which means they know no fucking thing about anything. That's my
No,
point.
they do. And you're not.
No,
Let me explain. There's something you're not taking into account.
I've
And
read what they say over and over. Okay.
You're talking about
I
people
get-
that eat on beans. You're talking at least in part people who eat on beans and have nothing to lose, and this is their only chance they see to get back.
Yeah.
So if everything
they
crashes,
think.
they don't give a shit.
I
I
know.
don't have anything already. At least I'll hurt the person that hurt me back in 2008.
And I'm telling you, they're just helping the same beast that's been fucking them the last 20 years.
At least they can hurt one of them. That's the thinking. Everybody knows.
I get what they're thinking, and the other groups know this, but that's all it is. They're
It's
only
like
hurting
it's like
themselves.
everybody knows what's up. So that's the strange part about
They're
it.
only hurting themselves.
Yeah, but on one hand, either they could not invest and stay broke, or two, they could invest, possibly go broke, but at least make the hedge funds go broke too. Even if there are going to be other ones that take their place, at least they took down somebody.
Yeah, and that just shows that shows they don't really know. But that means they don't know anything. Then they're giving over to a worse power. They don't know anything. They don't know anything. It's okay not to know anything, but they don't know anything.
Yeah, it's
this is Asperger's investor.
it's
It's like the guy who knows nothing. It's okay. I started a great collapse, like, just fuck them. Oh my God.
Let's not forget, this is the fault of the hedge funds who naked shorted some to 140%.
And
the SEC for not enforcing rules on that already exist.
When you reference my
colossal failure, and now all these regular people are going to take the blame for it.
Yeah. When you
buying the stock is illegal, like, come on now.
When you reference my deconstruction video, I totally understand what you're saying, Richard. Like, I get it. Like, what you're basically saying is that what might come take its place might be worse than what we have right now. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly like you said. It doesn't matter what people think. You can't just replace something in a vacuum.
Okay. I mean, like
you said that in your own review.
Yeah, I understand.
It doesn't mean that you acknowledge it's incorrect, but just the act of replacing something with no solution just because is catastrophic.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It's always been. It's always been catastrophic.
It always has been. You leave a huge power vacuum, and
it's a vacuum.
I'll at least agree with Rich on that, because it would be one thing if just a few hedge funds got margin called and died, whatever. It's another thing. It's another thing. Basically, all of Wall Street is coming in. It's like a war where all the other nations besides you get dragged in, and eventually ends up a world war.
Yes, yeah. Also, you're like, wait, I live in Luxembourg. Yeah, exactly. I'm milking yak somewhere. What the fuck? Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Wait, I'm in Czechoslovakia. What does that have to do with me? And it's like, well, you're in it now.
Yeah, you're in now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because because if you've been on Wall Street bets, you see people in other countries trying to support the Wall Street.
And they're doing it now. That's what drove it up Friday. Why do you think it went up another 140? That came out of the Hang Seng. That wasn't even from here.
Yeah, I saw the reports when I saw on Wall Street bets.
Yeah, that came out of the Nikkei. Oh, that came not even from here. Not even here. Not even from here. Yeah. Oh, the whole world just threw their fucking coins in there. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. This is something that, like, they just have to sort of agree that it's so bad that they just got to stop. Like, otherwise it gets worse.
I'm just waiting for a scenario 2 where Jack said, like, this is inevitable in the natural progression of the decline and collapse. It's like now, like, the election over. It's like they need a new code.
No, it's not just that. It's like, do you get like people said that going to the 20th century? Nothing's going anywhere. There was Luddites in the year 1000. Luddites. Now there's neo-Luddites. It's not going anywhere. It's never going to become Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. Look at pictures of World War II. Look how bad it was. And within a year, they had the Olympics during World War II. They stole the Olympics. People, that fantasy that it's no, you'll be under the fucking tank. They won't. It is not going anywhere. It's a temporary inconvenience to them. So that whole idea, you'll fuck the whole thing up. You'll just be tank grease. You know what I'm saying? That whole attitude, that was that German attitude. Oh, let's stick it back. We don't owe war debts. No, you'll. That's what when Patton said we're going to Europe, we're going to grease our fucking tanks with their faces. That's what starts to happen.
Okay, I'll disagree as far as social decline. If the social decline happens, it might get that far.
But from what? We can't do anything. No, that's what I'm trying to say.
Just hear me out.
Let's go one at a time, guys. We'll go one at a time.
All right, fine.
We're talking about social decline, separate from even the financial part. Ultimately, to do all the things you're talking about, even to run a drone, even to run a field of drones, you still need a human at the end of the day.
Not for long.
Yeah, not for long.
I'm telling you, they're biting the hand that feeds them.
We're not
whether they like it or not.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, they've been waiting to shift it. I'm just I'm telling a lot of these guys, they're the ones who are going to get burned. They just don't understand it.
I think the average Joe.
Maybe there's nothing to do about it. But that's
so like the average guy is investing a couple of $100 or $1,000 or whatever. If they lose it, whatever.
Yes, but they don't realize. Look,
it's how it affects the greater economic markets. That's a real concern,
dude. Even in America, look, we're so fat. We have so much shit. Even poor, like our animals are obese. They'll take that stuff away too. No, that's what people don't understand. It's you. I mean, it is.
It's true.
There won't be food. There won't be food. No, I'm not trying to be like a jerk. Like I get it. I get the vanity part.
You're right.
Let's be honest. The floor is. We have obese vermin. Vermin is overweight because people.
It's true, man. I've seen some fat rats in New York.
It's over. The worst thing in New York City when they had the lockdowns was the rats came out and started like, "Where's the food, bro?"
Exactly.
They weren't gonna bite people. They were looking for the pizza and shit. And people think like it can't get worse.
How
you realize they get this? There's people. You talk about the hood. These fat ass babies, mom. You know how they're getting government shit. It can go so much lower than now. That's what I mean. Fuck money. You're gonna lose food.
You're saying that to people. You're saying that to like a generation that doesn't even like their lives.
But then it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does. If you're already suicidal, I'm sorry, you don't get how south it's actually gotten.
But that I get it. Look, I talked about some of my things. I get it, but it's still. I still believe it's a way of cope because they think somehow that's going to make it better.
Well, yeah, it's effectively the a 5-year-old kid kicking over the game board when you get angry at
right,
it. Yeah.
Right. That somehow it's going to solve it, but it doesn't. You put your hand on the wall, you break it,
It's
like, it's the emotional. That's just
thing's not about anything.
Well, that's fuels before reels. That's fuels before reels. Who gives a shit?
As I say, there's nothing in the real world left for these.
Okay.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. It's gonna get to a survival point where even the stuff you don't take in account is gonna drop off. I can see that. That's why I'm betting against the S&P 500. But I'm just saying, if you're talking about generation or generations that are now nihilistic, that don't have these like basic human satisfaction shit, they don't care. This is why
I'm saying that still sounds like a justification. That may happen, but I'm just saying.
It sounds to me like Jack.
Wait.
I hope it
blows up in their fucking face. I hope it blows up in their fucking face.
Like, it sounds to me like what Jack's saying is that you need to get.
Dralic was talking about this. He was talking about like you guys were worried about. Then good, blow up in their fucking faces, all these assholes, because that's what's going to happen.
It sounds to me like what Jack's trying to say is that like people need to have a stake in society first, or some sort of reason to make society go forward.
Better. Then they're just going to get blown off like fleas. They honestly
Yeah.
think you're not. Well, I mean, if that's what it is, but
I agree with you. Yeah.
that's not the
Yeah,
direction I'm going. I can say, oh, they feel bad. Oh, okay. So the last few people I could tell not to feel that way, then good luck. If you guys are listening now and you're like, oh shit, I don't want to be that guy. Okay, because they're gonna get their fucking faces blown off. Okay.
For some of them, that might actually be a better life.
Well, then whatever.
Well, Richard, like this kind of thinking is exactly what I be warning about with all these single men who don't give a shit. This is the kind of thinking that comes up. Oh, okay, I have nothing anyway. At least I'll have the satisfaction of everybody else having nothing too. Or, oh, okay, I don't have anything. Let me just take my chances doing the most dangerous shit.
Yeah, well, they're gonna end up like the other guy who tried to blow himself up and also was fucking nut off. Yeah.
So I understand where you're coming from. I'm just saying they don't care. They know and they don't care.
I know.
Yeah, so it's like it's a chicken or the egg situation. What do we deal with first? Do we deal with the man who doesn't give a fuck, or do we deal with the system first?
Well, my point is, if I had control, like, okay, let me take what you're saying. If I had control, let's say I could be in power and I'm not. Of course, I would make things different so that the men and everyone wouldn't feel that way. But we're not. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that they feel bad. There's people in other countries who don't have shit. They'd love to take this stuff. They love it. There's people you think people living in fucking Haiti in a box are like, oh, I'm sorry you're not getting laid. They don't fucking care. And that's why some of these guys, they don't realize that as shitty as they have it in a psychological sense, they still have it good. And instead of trying to work within it, they became apathetic. And they're the ones going to get burned.
Honestly, I think that irony is what gets people most psychologically fucked up. Because at one point, everybody's saying you have everything, but on the other hand, you lack all this basic human shit and you feel like you have nothing, but you're supposed to be grateful for it.
Again, I'm saying I would change. No. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that I would change those things. But what I'm saying is their feelings still won't actually make what they want better.
Yeah,
if they mobilize and try to change those things, it would change it. But the apathy of who cares, I'm going to tear it down, it's not going to fix it, and it's just going to burn them.
The main problem with people is that there are things that, like, it's almost like, do you really care when the electricity is like on? Not really. You only care when it goes out because it's supposed to be there. We take for granted in this country that, like, there are things that are like in this country that are like assured to us because we live in a first world country. Like this stuff is like supposed to be there, and when it's not there, that's the only time you actually care about it. So like for the average man, like, when shit hits the fan, that's when he's gonna realize, oh shit, I just fucked with the system, and the system fucked me too. Like,
I mean, yeah,
that's why
you're coming into the age, and this is just a precursor, where the only way for me to feel good when I'm feeling bad is to make you feel worse, because I don't have anything, so I need to bring you to the negatives.
Well, then that's why I've been sort of preaching how I say I don't give a fuck anymore. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys.
Yeah, when you I even said in that video when you drag them down to your level.
I don't give a shit. I actually don't give a shit because no one seems to fucking care. So that's what I'm saying. It's not that I don't give a shit in the sense like, oh fuck the world. No, I'm saying like, no, I'm gonna hold my position, and then if you guys, you're just gonna fucking tear your ass down. Fine.
Yeah, when you tear the whole system apart, I even say this in the video. I think it's something like I said something along the lines of like you don't really create a new system. You just have a pile of rubble, and then you're basically the king of a pile of rubble. At the end of the day.
And some tyrant's gonna pop up, like,
Well, yeah, and then order will naturally restore itself, but it might not be as good as what you had before. Like you got to always keep that in mind. It's always
we're like Weimar Germany, when everything's all free willing and all the women are just whoring themselves. Like, I was just waiting for Hitler.
You might get one.
I won't know because my ass will be in Africa with $180,000. But
there you go, buddy.
Ugh.
I'm glad someone watched that video though.
With the deconstruction.
Yeah. So
I told you I
what-
went through your videos.
Oh yeah, that's one of my least watched videos actually, but it's a pretty good
Oh.
one actually.
You're like, who was this one view?
It really is one of my least watched videos.
Myself
Though.
with one
It's
view.
more like philosophical, if anything. It's really. It's a good video though. It's about
I was just messing. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's true. Like the good video. It's about like basically like like.
No, it is. I was just busting. Yeah.
Yeah, is it really worth like tearing down the whole damn thing when it's like
Yeah.
at the end of the day what you have? It's kind of like when I think I talk about morals in the church and how we tore down religion for so damn long, saying, oh, it's not true. It's not true at all. But then we look at the side effects now is that, oh, we have women who are literally like don't give a fuck anymore. We have men who don't give a fuck anymore. We lost all our moral compass.
Everyone's like, what?
Yeah, we lost our moral compass and moral center, and now we're like, oh well, it wasn't true, but it doesn't matter that it wasn't true. What matters more is that what it did for society.
It doesn't matter. Just like the feeling of, let's say, deconstruction doesn't matter. It's the same idea. You feel the deconstruction itself feeling is bullshit.
Yeah.
It's basically like begging its own question.
I gotta disagree
tearing
here.
down. Well, all right,
dude. For people who feel nothing, even feeling bad is better.
Well,
like real absolute apathy. I understand. I'm just saying that real absolute apathy, when you can't feel and don't just choose not to, they would rather feel worse than to feel nothing.
Okay, so then maybe my answer is good.
By all means, look, you know what to do and you got money. Do what you got to do, survive. That's exactly what the hell I'm going to do since I'm upper class now.
Okay. So then fuck them. Then fuck them.
I mean, well, yeah, there's
but I'm not considering pretend that it's anything else. It's a fucking movement. You know what I mean? Then fuck them.
Hell no, it's not. Like, people are in that thing at first for money.
Okay, so then that's it. That's it. So then I'm not going to, I'll make no decisions with any type of blinders. That's all it is. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Fuck them. I don't care about their fucking feelings. They don't know anything. They're fucking useless. Okay? I mean, their ego is so beyond what they are. They'll be nothing. Fine. That's the pill. But I'm just telling you that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. So if that's what you're accepting, fine.
I mean, I would say the mentality is if the world is going to fall anyway, I might as well make a buck off of it.
Okay. Well, yeah. No, but I'm saying the other way. They think, okay.
You know, none of this would have even happened if people had stable lives in the first place. Like,
I hear you said.
I said none of this would have happened if people had stable lives to go to in the first place. Like, you know, like a father who's working 8 hours a day at the plant doesn't have time to be on the fucking Star Wars.
But I've been saying that's what we're talking about, like with like breaking the religions. I'm saying that it coincided with human behavior. I'm totally in favor of that. But we keep talking about the toothpaste being out of the tube. They're not going to go back to it. There would have to be a reformation. Like a little, like as far as the left push, like a reformation to get back to that. We'd have to have inquisitions. It's not happening. It was a bad social experiment, and I got to be honest with this. I think they know it. They don't even know what the fuck to do themselves. It's like you can't. They know that like the people graduating are stupid and that people are in unqualified positions, but it's almost like, what do you do now?
Yeah, like you have the batch of idiots that you got, and what the fuck do you do with them now? Like you already wrote the check already, and you wrote a check you couldn't cash. It's like, oh shit,
right?
We didn't expect this to happen.
Sort of saying that they should check themselves, and for like the good of us, just be like, look, this is what it is, and like, look, they've been covering up all their other bullshit. Like, just lower the greed a bit and just stop. I mean, they don't mind lying about everything else.
I can tell you what I see.
This time they're going to go full throttle. Oh God, you know.
What I see for the future isn't Mad Max. I see what's more likely is fake utopia. You're going to have.
That's worse.
Yes, it is way worse because you're going to have VR. You're going to have cloning and all this sort of thing. And you're going to have a fake. You're going to have this fake paradise of a world.
What's gonna
and the worst part about it is you're gonna thank them for it. is going to get that mentally fucked up. You're going to be in the hell of a fake heaven.
I know.
Like, imagine, like, you're going to have nothing and you're going to be happy for it. It's going to be worse than that. You're going to be stuck in some tube playing Sword Art Online all day because it's better than real life. And even your kids, if you even have them, that might be all they even know. What if people start being born in VR and they never left before? Like,
I still think there's probably a bottleneck somewhere.
I would hope.
I think there probably is somewhere. It's just that it's fucked now here. That's why I want to say it's over. It's fucked. It's not even the girls, guys. It's over.
There you go, guys.
The West died.
Yeah, you guys
As far as we
remind me
know
of, have you guys watched Bruce Willis, The Surrogates, 2009
No.
movie?
No.
Yeah, that's the future there, literally.
Yeah, I see in the comments 1984. We're not in 1984. What you're approaching is 1984 and Brave New World and Fahrenheit 491. I forgot what it's called.
451.
Yeah, it's like you're having the worst of every book at once. You're gonna be the worst of China and the worst of America on steroids.
Well, that's what Orwell said before he died. Orwell actually said, he goes, they asked him, what's the future gonna look like? And he goes, picture a boot stepping on humanity's face forever.
Yeah, check out Surrogates with Bruce Willis on 2009, I think.
Oh, speaking about checking things out, you told me to watch CoffeeZilla. I watched it. Did you see what happened to him today?
I haven't seen.
No, he was getting, because he had been calling out a lot of these weird investors. They started doxing him and doing these weird. You should watch his the amount of false claims. They're using fake emails to say it's really weird. It was just a coincidence because you told me to watch, because I followed him a lot this week. I hadn't yet, so he came up. It's really, you should see really weird what happened to him. Like, a lot of those weird gurus went after him.
Yeah, I kind of felt it was inevitable.
I mean, he admitted it. Like, he admitted it in his stream. Yeah, but he admitted, like, the level of depravity was actually, it was scary,
Yeah.
It's his most recent video of us. He's taking it down already. Yeah. It just reminded me. Yeah.
I'll definitely watch that one today.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it seems like everything is just for the next cope. Like, what is going to be the next cope? King Kong versus Godzilla?
That looks stupid. Doesn't it?
It looks dumb, but I do want to watch it because it's like one of those dumb monster movies. Kind of just want to watch because it's so fucking stupid. Like,
so the first thing I realize is Godzilla is way bigger than King Kong, but they shrunk him to the same size, so you can take a face punch. And then that atomic breath reflection with some tool. I'm like,
wait, what?
Break.
Oh yeah, that was bullshit. Oh yeah, that scene.
Like,
I'm like, yeah, whatever, dude. No way.
Yeah, and the whole point of Godzilla was themed around, the danger and use of nuclear weapons.
And like, Godzilla's supposed to be the good guy too. He's like, well, I guess he was the bad guy in the movies, but he's supposed to be the good guy. He's like the good
fucking
monster.
made Kong the good guy, and I was like, it's over. This movie's like done, dead in the water.
Bro, even monster movies are soy now. That's terrible.
Yeah. Oh my god.
But yeah, King Kong's progressive. Everybody's the same size. Like,
progressive King Kong. Oh yes, I simp for the. He was a pretty a big ass simp. He never got his white waifu either.
Yeah, did you watch the Peter Jackson one where with the Naomi Watts? I was like, dang, Kong's a simp. He was simping hard for the white woman.
You never get a white woman. Just go ER. He went full ER too in that movie, I think, right?
He did. Yeah, you're right. You ever hear Eddie? You know the comedian Eddie Griffin? Did you ever hear his thing on King Kong?
What's that? No.
You know Eddie Griffin? He's a
Yeah,
comedian.
I know him. Yeah.
Yeah. So he did the thing. Goes, "Where's my white bitch?" He just standing on top. He's like, "Where's my white bitch?" He goes across the street. He did it better. I can't do it justice, but it's very funny. Yeah.
Where is she?
Yeah, just the way he's like, "I'm gonna go across the fucking sea." Yeah. Oh.
Oh my god. Yeah, oh my god. Like the world feels like it's going insane half the damn time, and it's like you don't know what to do with it. But I mean, like there's some days where I feel like destroying the whole damn thing would be a good idea, but then you realize what the amount of like pain and suffering you would call for doing that. So
I mean, like I keep saying,
the
even if
apathy
you wind the clock back, it still keeps ticking.
Keeps on ticking. Yeah, you'll always be back here at the very beginning.
That's why I still think that maybe it needs to have a progressive teardown. In a sense, I don't mean progressive that way. And some of this might actually be good. Like these are the spawn of this bullshit that maybe they have to go. And now, because every time in humanity's history, there's been something terrible and then something good. So that's why I say hold, because
everything has its peaks and troughs. So
well, we're in it now.
Yeah, we're in the
shit. Like you said, mystery earlier. Like I don't understand this progressive leftism mindset. Like, are they that brainwashed to not see how bad it is?
The answer is yes.
They have to be.
Yeah. It's solid. Yes, absolutely.
Or are they deliberately ignoring the problem? Like, because in denial.
No. They're
all of the goddamn above.
Believers. They're true believers. Oh well, okay. Except for the small group of power, the rest of them are absolutely true believers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Like the one thing I've never really, I never stop being amazed by is the amount of stuff that a human being can be convinced to believe in. Like you can.
Oh, you'd be surprised. Yeah.
You can make a man. You can make a man believe like, oh, like I can chop my cock off and become a woman. It's like, okay, well, this is like fucking. This is like real. I'm like, okay, are you serious?
Yep.
Yeah.
Are you fucking serious?
Even worse than that, you can shame them into believing it. That's the
you can shame them.
Yeah, you could shame people into like there's some other guy does I think he's Pluto or something. He's a black hole sphere.
Oh, the base Pluto.
Yeah, him. But he had a good point. It was talking about something with he was going over some of like the old '80s cheesy movies, date movies or whatever. But he had a good point where he stops the videos and he was like showing how like they were making fun of like the character for following the girl. It wasn't a creepy way. It was like a romantic way. Obviously, there's times where it's dangerous, but this was like the traditional courting. And he's like, he pauses and like the narrator talking over his goes, see how he keeps following the girl? He's like, that's normal, motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like the way in this case it was a normal courtship, right? And that's what I mean. So it's adding to what you're saying, that now they can tell you that sometimes they equate normal behavior with sometimes something that could be bad, and they can even tell you that something normal is bad.
It's worse than just normal. It's natural.
Or whatever. Yeah.
Like even it comes down to even liking a woman. Even feeling like you like a woman is a crime. Like like, oh, you have lust, you're thirsty. Like, no, I'm a fucking male.
Right.
Like,
yeah, I know.
Excuse my testosterone.
You're crucified for something
that's how they change the language. It's microaggression or something weird. Yeah.
They can aggress these nuts.
Yeah. Well, but that's what it is.
It amazes me because like it seems like there's no a pushback seems so tepid and weak, and it's like where's the it's like we're in a full blown I think they call it the culture war right now, and it's like there is no pushback. Like the pushback is so weak, tepid, and like and like there's like the right has no horse in the race right now. There is no horse in the race. It's some bullshit. They're still trying to push Christianity a little bit now, but it's like that's dead in the water.
Well, even that's ridiculous. That's why
traditionalism.
Tradcons
traditionalism.
That's fucking ridiculous. No, that's not happening.
Yeah.
I mean, for one, it's all general sentiments now.
It's not that traditional conservatives can come back, but that tradcon of the 1950s, people were pissed off at that going into the 60s. It's going to come back now.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
I mean, first of all, you can't change the social situation without changing the laws. You can't bring marriage back with these marriage laws because nobody's going to do it.
Well, no, 50s.
You got to
the
change the
50s
society
was
for you to change
that.
the laws.
They
'cause-
went
Well,
back to
that's
the
what I'm
roaring
saying.
20s.
Yeah.
No, they went back from the roaring 20s to fathers knows best. It could be done. What I'm saying is the traditional conservatives are stupid because they want to go back to that one. And I'm saying that's not fucking happening. They're not going to a non-tech where mom is going around like baking, like get the fuck out of here. It's a waste of time. Not happening.
I mean, there's only one situation where that happened. If
Collapse.
mom is a robot.
Well, whatever. But I'm
Yeah,
saying
robots. That's the only way you get tax
conservatives
back.
aren't talking about that. No, they want to. We're talking about a specific thing.
Yeah, I know.
They're saying, "Oh, we got to go back to these values," and you go, "Okay," and you go, "Well, what's your solution?" Like, "Well, we'll turn the clock back." Oh, it's like, no, that's not a solution. That's as dumb as when the red pill goes, "Oh, you want to meet girls? We'll just become a 10 or whatever."
Also,
It's a non-solution.
conditions that facilitated that environment also don't exist anymore either. It's just not there.
Yeah, it's like you're trying to bring people back to
And that
behavior
too,
where it's currently
right.
Illogically. There's an illogical basis for
Yeah.
doing it now, so there's no
Yes.
reason to do it.
Yeah.
You're just setting up people to be
Even
martyrs.
the morals are correct. The dynamics wouldn't work. So you have to think of a new dynamic, but that won't work. Father knows best. That type of thing is in that way. No way. That's not happening.
Man, I don't know why I had this thought, but this movie called Bone Tomahawk. I don't know if anyone has ever seen it. Kurt
No.
Russell. So it's a Western.
No, okay.
It's a Western horror, and I encourage people to watch it. The black pill is that, oh man, like I don't want to spoil it because you have to watch it for yourself.
Wait, what is it called?
Bone Tomahawk.
Okay.
And whatever happens to the women at the end of that movie, that is like a grim future. Not future, because this is a Western. It happens in the past.
Right.
But
but it's sort of like relating to the issues now. So they meant sort of, or
I could see an extreme feature where women get reduced to that capacity.
right.
And I'm not
Like,
gonna.
I remember in a meme.
You gotta
there was
watch
a meme
it.
one time. No, I will. I'll definitely. I'm gonna add it to my. Let me see what I can get it on though. Where is it? Does it usually show where to watch? Let's see. But yeah, but I remember seeing a meme one time when it said like what you think like liberation works like, and then they show like Thailand and all the girls like hooking themselves. Like that's that's the end result. Like you're liberated now.
Yeah.
That's where it's like kind of like that.
This one I watched it and I was like kind of looking at the
Pretty
black
vague.
pill moments. I was just like,
Yeah.
whoa.
Let's see. It's on.
One extreme.
Oh, it's on Amazon Prime. Oh, let me see. All right. Yeah. So I can watch. All right. I'll add it to my. All right.
Yeah, just go watch it blind and you'll see.
Okay.
And then Surrogates was the other one with Bruce Willis, where people are just living life vicariously through their bots, I think, or their android self molded into their perfect image. So you don't have baldness, you don't have pimples. You're just this perfect being interacting with each other, but the real you is at home in some virtual reality bullshit.
Right.
Oh shit, that's actually possible.
Yeah.
Think of Neuralink.
Oh yeah, I think that would be that would be the technological coming future, and then the result of what happens to the women in Bone Tomahawk is the extreme opposite.
Yeah, say it again. What happens to Bone Tomahawk?
No, I can't spoil it. You gotta watch it.
I gotta watch it. I promise I'll watch it if you don't spoil it.
I'll at least say this.
Now I really want to see it. All right.
People talk about men being replaced by robots and all that, but unspoken is that women only have one function that they definitely beat men in, and that's reproducing human beings.
Exactly.
Like
so
literally all you have to do is make a fake womb and a sex bot, and you've automatically
basically answered your point of Bone Tomahawk. Like, watch it till the end, and what you just said is enough to kind of give you a hint.
Okay. right.
Yeah, that's nothing to say, I guess, right? Oh man, stream's dead.
Yeah, happy thoughts.
Happy thoughts, happy mind.
It's over. It never began.
Someone
Probably.
said most women are dog pilled. Oh god.
Uh,
Oh god, not the dog pill. That thing out of here.
and then mostly white women, like to be
Yeah,
honest.
God, yeah. That's what I heard.
So I was actually wondering.
Or is that just a meme?
I made a dog pill
No,
video.
I don't know. Yeah.
It's not a meme. I wish it was.
No, I made a dog pill video on my channel, and I was actually kind of contemplating on making part 2, but I think that'll be the end of my channel.
Yeah, I don't think they want to talk about that one. Too extreme for me. Someone like definitely not a meme. I don't know about that one. Like I said, I don't know about touching that one.
Shout out Cheer the
Look,
Bird.
what I'm saying is, it actually, like, is that actually a thing? Because I
Yeah.
know I've heard the term. Oh God.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I did research into it because of making the video, but it's basically the idea is that women would rather be with dogs than an unattractive man. And
Okay,
so
does
it
that
just
have something to do with the like the dog mom thing, like that? I've read. Okay, I've read not the level that I'm not gonna say it on stream, the level that you're talking about, but I have read about the dog mom, not
yeah, the fur
Art-
baby moms.
related to that. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Well, I mean,
You
there's
know
the
what I'm talking
extreme,
about? Oh, yeah.
there's the extreme end, so to speak, but culturally, right now, it's like, oh, even couples that do get married, they're not having kids and they're having quote unquote
Right, and
fur
that the
babies.
dog. Yeah, I see what you mean. So it's also
Hey.
related. Yeah.
Asexualization of society always comes right before the
Exactly.
end.
And the bitter truth is that, dogs are getting treated better than an actual human male, whether it be sub
Yeah,
5.
you know something? I love animals, but that actually bothers me sometimes when I see people like over. What's the right word? Like, I get the sympathy behind it. But then when I see someone like the same types of people will be like, all about the dog, and then they'll just like walk over a bum. It's like, that's a human.
Yeah, I've never
You know
understood.
what I'm talking about? Like,
yeah.
that's the part that annoys
People
me.
love
Not
their
like
animals
animal
far too much.
cruelty.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. That's what I mean. But they'll literally do that and then like just leave a human. Like, I'm not saying to take the guy to your house. He could be a lunatic. That's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about the feeling behind it.
Like, at least thinking of him as a member of the tribe. Yeah.
Yeah. That's all. Yeah, I get like the logistics of not bringing a schizophrenic homeless person to your house. But I'm talking about the. Okay, you know what I mean. No, I
You
mean
gotta say that's schizo, man. I'm joking.
Well,
with
I
you.
didn't. I mean, because that leads to homelessness. It wasn't
Yeah.
a knock. I'm saying
Yeah.
I can understand if someone's sick, why someone needs help. I'm saying that people will go and take a blind dog that and treat them with this more, and it's okay. It's like, oh, it's nice, we help each other, but then they'll leave this same person like just to fall through the cracks. I don't know.
Yeah, I think there's also
If you're doing
kind of
both,
two.
I would respect it more. Does that make sense? Like, if certain people probably do. There's certain people who like all good, whatever. But you get these people that like over on that, and it's like, man, they will not even treat their fucking neighbors right.
Mhm. No, there's a couple of different like angles, so to speak. One, the extreme, what everyone's thinking, and then you get married couples. What you said it best, the like asexualization of the society. And then I can't remember the guy's channel. Think Before You Sleep. That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
guy. That guy's based. And I think he made a video on Cat Lady or Dog Lady or something. And I think it was
Right.
Cat Lady. But then you could still extrapolate the like this, what do you call it? Gross attention whoring on animals is basically a cope for women who were never able to get Chad and Chad babies, and they're missing
Because
out
I
on
I
that.
have a theory. Well, I have a theory about that. I got to be honest. You know something? Here's. I was actually thinking about this a bit today, and maybe this is a little bit of a denial, but hear me out. Sometimes you'll hear people say something that, like, let's talk about food, right? Because I'm just talking about base desires, right?
Mhm.
a lot of times when people, well, I mean, it just, you'll see it's related to sex, but just hear me out. You know, a lot of times you hear people say something like, "Oh, we should remember the raw food diet when it went around for a bit. The raw food, and maybe still popular. Like people were like not cooking their food or whatever. I don't know, right? But they found that that was bullshit because even though it's technically true that there's more nutrients in food before it's cooked, because humans had been cooking in vessels for so long. In fact, maybe even almost back to when we were started merging with like Neanderthals, that we actually don't extract nutrients from non-cooked food as well, even though it is true that there's more nutrients in the food. Like if you drink the broth with the vegetables, we get more out of it because we can't digest it the same way our ancestors did. For example, like our appendices are now vestigial, right? So I have this theory that sometimes the whole Chad thing it's like, you know, a lot of times these Chads, like a lot of times they don't end up doing that great themselves. They do great sexually, but many of them end up not doing great because when you still look at the top, a lot of those guys, and through history, you look at like the leaders, the people who got to the top generally were the most Machiavellian, and they still are. Like they still are. So that doesn't seem in society, and I'm talking pre-technology society. Okay, like Saddam Hussein didn't get up there because of his pretty face. He got up there by being shrewd and making deals. You know what I mean? No, I think what happens a bit is that just like with the food, when we don't know what to do, we start going like to maybe our low-level limbic things, but we don't really function best on that anymore, even though it's still in us. So I feel that sometimes because of the degradation of the family, part of the family structure, a normal family structure, was that like a good father would make sure that his daughter did not go with those men, and generally going with those men would ruin her life. It ruin their genetic line. So what I'm trying to say is, it's not that the Chad thing is correct. It is like maybe like that's just like people go to sugar before they go to vegetables, but the idea that maybe that it's actually modern human genetically advantaged could be completely false.
Wait, are you saying that it's not beneficial for the woman to go and get married off to Chad?
What I'm saying is that historically speaking, women they went to the victor, but not always to the Chad. It's like they're functioning on a base. That's why you even see these Chads. A lot of them don't do well.
I understand what you're saying.
In other words, if they were the most fit, what I'm trying to say, if they were the most fit, like was it going evolutionary, right? The argument is that, but then they would be the top, but they're often not. They're often, sometimes in Hollywood, and then they get work. You know what I mean? But for the most part, most of the ones at top, and historically, I'm talking in societal humans, not Viking level. When even you didn't have a lot of beauty then, even if you were strong, your face would have been all fucked up in like a year. You're living in an ice, in the ice age or something. It's the beauty. A pretty woman, they would look like an ape now. You know, it's like they're functioning because there isn't the father being like, don't marry that fucking loser, right? She used to sort of still have hypergamy, but it wasn't focused on that bullshit. And that's what I think. I think that women also, that's why when they keep getting run through, they would be happy, but then they're not happy.
I think I can expand. Yeah. I think I can sum it up. That women always had a genetic filter on how they acted, but they're supposed to act in the context of a family acting as a genetic filter too.
Oh, yeah, but that's fine. But that's what I'm saying. So, but
yeah,
the point is,
so like it wasn't just her choosing; it was also her father and mother swapping out guys, and it depends on that.
Yes, but what I'm trying to say is, it means that makes a better human. We're not talking about fucking chimpanzees. So the whole idea that he has a better jawline, a genetic advantage, that may not even be it either, because like Mark Zuckerberg is in charge. Can I say that again? Mark Zuckerberg is in charge.
Yeah, Bill Gates ain't that pretty either.
all those instincts you talked about for women are Neolithic age. It's literally for selecting the best caveman. That's it.
When we crave sugar, it's because like we start operating on pre-societal human, like peeing and shitting level of our brain. It's genetically an advantage to a modern human. Just like eating a bunch of sugar just makes you a fat pile of shit when there's a surplus of food. just shoving in like more, I hate to say it, like, fucking hot dogs down the hallway is one of the reasons they go crazy, because otherwise they would feel better, but they don't.
No, it's like I said before, human instincts are made for modern civilization. I would say even human instincts are made for agrarian civilization. Even that's too far.
Yeah, but what I would try to say is that the people at the top are following that order, and they've shoved it down to us because they're still following that thing.
Yeah.
So their wives are not. Why the fuck would they go with a Tyrone? They have a billionaire. Well, because he's got nice abs. I mean, no, they don't even want those guys. They don't. They don't. They think that person's. Ever seen sometimes like when a woman's walking? No, not just when she's. You say how like women can show their disgust. Do you honestly think that's like a dumb Pornhub fantasy? The average like 10. Do you think honestly? I mean, sometimes they say she might be a dude. I don't even know. But Tom Brady's wife Giselle. Let's say she's not one of those weird things. Like, do you think she like? Yeah, maybe she wants to fuck one of the football players, but she wants to go to the fucking hood. No, and she doesn't. She thinks they're disgusting. You gotta remember, if it's her biological imperative, she can do a lot more than just pecs. A lot more. There's so I think you gotta see even Trump. I mean, these are the guys who get to the top. I think that it's like they've shoved down, just like they shoved down junk food, they shoved junk science, and now it's like they broke up our homes, not theirs.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think even that whole idea that it's like a genetic advantage, be yourself. No, I don't even think that. I don't think. I mean, there's some like we like sugar more than like other things, but no, it's like it's even that is manipulated. It was just to break up the fucking home.
Do you think they have a goal in mind when it comes to breaking up the home? Like, what exactly is the goal in mind there?
I think it becomes an emergent property. Like each time they do one thing, and then they like. I don't think it's like they planned it 100 years like that. But the idea was definitely stabilize homes. It got more people in the workplace, so then it was related. So then like, okay, so mom's got to go to work. She can't cook food anymore. Oh, that's okay. We have frozen dinners. Oh, all the kids are getting fat. That's okay. We'll send them on medicine. Oh, we put mom on, drugs. It's all sort of these emergent things, but doesn't mean that it's actually advantageous. So I don't know if that's even true.
I mean, plus think about who, like, let's take the black community for an example, since it's end stage. Who runs the household in the black community?
I hate to use the term because I'm getting it from Tony Sotomayor, so don't fuck me, the she-boon.
Nope. The government. The government is the patriarch.
Yeah, okay, I didn't see where you're going. I thought you meant...
The government is the patriarch, and the woman is still the wife. But she's the wife to the government.
What I meant was I learned a lot of that from Sotomayor.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, and it was true. But people don't think about it. Like, ultimately, she's getting her resources and her orders from the state. And once the family structure is broken down, once the father is gone, somebody still takes up that role.
Yes.
And the state steps in.
Well, then you're just sort of serving my point that by them all fucking, let's say, Tyrone, whatever. I hate using those weird terms. You know what I mean? Yeah. It hasn't increased their genetic behavior. Otherwise, it would.
No, it's just made better cavemen. That's it.
Yep.
You have a better person for the Neolithic age, and that's it.
It made them de-evolve. And that's what I'm saying. So when these women chase those things, it doesn't mean that every guy who's a beta simp, is genetically advanced. That's not what I'm trying to say. It just means that there's a lot of them that actually get pushed out.
Yeah,
there's a lot of guys who ended up having good wives, good sex lives, had plenty of children, and were virile, who in high school weren't all the captain of the football team. I'm going back to the 50s, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of them moved up and became CEOs and lawyers and all types of stuff, and all of them weren't that, and they ended up having genetic prosperous offspring. So I think even that idea that's sort of given that like, oh, it's just a genetic thing. No more than shoving a bunch of refined sugar in your mouth is healthy.
I mean, yes.
Yeah.
It's a genetic thing if you live on the island and you're the last person on Earth. Like, if you're the last caveman, sure, you're gonna make a better caveman.
Yes, but I'm saying.
No, I'm not disagreeing. I'm agreeing with you.
Okay, no. What I'm trying to say, that may be true. What I'm saying is, it's like sometimes you hear, let's say, particularly among the Johnny New male blue pill, they start like they get in this polyamorous. Well, it's a genetic thing. What I'm saying is, oh, whatever, that bullshit, that stupid picture, but what I'm saying is, it may not be a genetic advantage. No, not the way they think it is. Yeah, it could be exactly. It could be regressive.
It's
This
it's
is
definitely
not to get in shape. I'm not saying to be a fat ass or something. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that weird beefcake like thing where they're all chasing, and then some of those women, even when they get them, you know, how many times they have different kids with them. It's not solving the problem. It's like someone who has sugar and then they're never full. And you go, how are you hungry? You just ate 4,000 calories. You ate more than a fucking farm animal does, and you're hungry. Because you need more than just your body needs more than just that pure caloric load. It's just part of it. I think that's what's happening too with this. They broke the families. They sent the women back to work. Now the guys are grinding, and you don't even get your family.
Because even if the men do produce now, they just produce for themselves. Like
Yeah.
I made all this money from GameStop. You think I'm giving it to a family? Hell no.
And
I'm tricking off on myself. That's it.
Yeah, but didn't I say this? Yeah, but didn't I say this way? Well, you didn't explain to me that you are doing sort of what I said last week. You sort of said you weren't. You were more like out of the game. But now I see you're looking ahead, and that's what I've been saying. Because why would you? That's why I say, why the fuck would you give it back to them? That's what they want.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's how remember I say we got to learn the rules. That's the rules. They're like almost like
one of the angles that I was thinking about.
They're winking at you like this is the rules, and then people still like I'm gonna still marry her. It's like why? No, don't.
Hold on. Maybe you can answer this too.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So I was thinking, like, okay, I made 100K plus this year. Great. Let's say I live till 65.
Yeah.
I'm gonna die a millionaire. I got no wife, got no kids to leave. So where does my money go? Does it go back to the state? So in the end, do they win?
Not really.
That's not the way I would look at it. Because then you're looking metaphysical. In the end, no, you still have to focus on what you are in your mortal state. No, that you're going to beyond. No. I
wouldn't give a shit because I'd be dead. Like, what happens to my money afterwards?
What if you were the richest person ever and you got to the top and you built everything and now you died and now everyone gets to fucking you get to fly in your planes? Should you never made planes? I know that's not a good argument.
I would say that productive effort you did lives and dies with you, most likely.
Well, and that's fine, and that's always been that hasn't changed.
Yeah, so I mean, you're not a father putting in place a system that'll work after his generation is done. You're just a person that sets a blip on the radar that you're just a flicker of a light that comes on and then dies. Ultimately reduces to zero.
I was talking more from like, the estate tax, inheritance tax, that kind of thing.
I mean, they take something, but not nearly as much as if you were trying to actively create a future like a father would.
Yeah, there are ways to get around the state tax law.
But then they have the death tax. I don't know. Like I said, that's something to consider. But again, like I said, even then, if you're having a child, you're still having it with a purpose. Like I want to leave it to someone. It's like these people are still doing it. Like basically, the women are being like brood mares for the state, and the men are like just wiping up their fucking slop. I mean, it's true. You're being a workhorse. That's why I told you I hate the red pill, is because it's all the men going, and it's like, what's their first thing they notice? I mean, now they're going to notice their economic shit, so now all the fucking gurus for that are coming up. The first they notice, like, why have I been dry for 2 years? Why has my wife left me after 18 years and everything was fine? So they went to that, but I feel like those guys actually did so much cope that people didn't get mad earlier, and now it's leading to their finances. If they kind of woke up early that their wife walked out on them because of this bullshit social design, they wouldn't have been as in favor of it. Because it wasn't their woman, it was it's like they own you.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a kid in this day and age, it's not your kid. Like technically, biologically, yes, but it belongs to the woman and the state. You're tied to and obligated to slave over it.
Yeah, and that's it.
I mean, there's this inverse relationship between your control of things as a man and your proximity to a woman legally. That's why everybody's stepping out. It's like, it's disincentivized. The further away I am from a woman, the more personal control I have.
Yep.
The further in you are to the maximum of marriage, the more control she has through influence of the state. And people are wondering why people are dropping off is because there's no logical reason. Like, why would I make all this stuff to make myself weak? As a man, that's unfathomable.
Yeah, but again, that's why when I said accepting these things, it's like you have to.
Yeah,
You have
until
to
the
find
law changes,
other ways-
there's no way
other ways.
any sane
Yeah.
man is gonna jump into a marriage. Like that's just ridiculous.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. Like there's no other way of like. Unfortunately, it's not that I like it, but anything else, you're fooling yourself. You can't. You're up against a much bigger thing. You know. That's what it is. You know.
As has probably happened in civilizations before, once you disincentivize men from cooperating, they just drop out. I have no reason to participate. Why struggle? If anything, why not struggle against you?
Okay, well, what I'm trying to say is that, you know what the irony with World War II was? You know, Hitler had his whole thing against anti-science and anti-Jews. All those guys left in the 20s. It bit him in the ass 25 years later. So, drop the ball. Just don't drop it on yourself.
Wait, are you saying Hitler was like purging the scientists before the war? And so they lost out when they needed them?
Albert Einstein? Why do you think those guys left? Anyone who was even Oppenheimer left, even though he wasn't Jewish, because he was tried to actually have science. They killed all those psychological schools, you know.
I meant that's after the war they left, but you're saying Hitler made it impossible for them pre-war.
When all those crazy things were coming up, they left. Einstein and those people have been living in the United States from around 1929 onward. They left. The brain drain started early, so the smart ones got out and ended up biting him in the ass because he didn't have the scientific power to build the weapons he needed from his own bullshit. You see what I mean? So I'm saying
now I get it.
Smart enough, and then other smart. It's like, you know, they talk sometimes. It's common in Africa. They call it the brain drain because the smart guys that get, you know, that actually get educated, you know, and which is, I don't even know how they imagine to do well in such a nightmare, but they do. They're not going to stay there.
Yeah,
they're going to leave.
Hey, Richard, I'm gonna stop you right now because that's exactly the reason I ended up in America.
Well, okay, so that just okay. Well,
congratulations. Not me personally, but my dad was from third world, and he was educated. He went through the top universities and everything. And then what happens when you get educated? You're like, yeah, fuck this. Why would I go back to a third world country?
You know what the big irony is though? That's gonna start happening in reverse now because of the social situation. That's what geomaxing is.
Yeah.
And
why the hell would I stay here if I'm making all this and I can't get it?
Bro, hey, this is the perfect circle. Look at this. My dad was educated through his class. He came to America. You know, I came as his son, and then I can't get a woman here. I'm educated. I got a college degree. I'm successful. I'm thinking about geomaxing back to third world.
Yeah. Now, what's going to have to happen is your son is going to have to break the cycle by going to Mars with Elon Musk.
Oh shit!
Man, that's some black pill right there.
There's no places to go. I even think that's what I'm saying. I was watching Base Pluto, and he had a good point. He says that when people are saying don't go, it's because they know it is an option. They don't want you to go. It's just like the woman who doesn't want her simps to leave. She doesn't want to touch them, but she doesn't want them to leave.
Yeah, I've been there.
Well, I mean, no, I didn't mean that like the.
No, I know what you mean. That's what I'm saying.
Yes. It's like it's symbiote. It's an unfortunately a codependency. She doesn't need you in the way that you need her, but she still needs you.
Yeah, brain drain is actually legit real. It not only for the individual, but it affects the whole society.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. Fuck them. I don't think our society here exists the way it does. Just because they can wave whatever fucking flag they want, they don't even follow the rules. So all I'm trying to say is that if our like, we came over earlier. You know what I mean? 'Cause I'm white, but they still came on a boat from shit in Europe when it was really bad. And they took a risk, and then I guess we have to have the balls too, because this is what it is.
Well, we're definitely going to see once COVID ends. That's going to be the real test.
Yeah, but that's why I keep just saying, like, I get not everyone's going to listen, but I think you guys sort of listen. I think people with higher IQ will listen. That you have to sort of just be like, that's our thing. Because
Yeah, I mean,
there's no way. That's why Purple Pill doesn't. I mean, maybe the best you could be is Cyborg. You'd be like, okay, everything's crazy, but I can make a life for myself. But the Purple Pill, no, because you can't push yourself into this dynamic and survive the way you want. Not the way you want. You can still make money if you don't, ever get married, never have sex. But you can never fully get into that dynamic. Not the way the system is. In other places, you got to remember, when the United States allowed all those people to come in, they did it for a reason. Like, oh, you want to give up your scientists? Sure. So you don't think other countries are going to be like, oh, you're letting all your men go? They all have college educations and they have 8 figures in the bank? Okay. So we'll take your undesirable.
Exactly. I already made up my mind. I'm definitely, moving towards geomaxing in the, I say 5-year, 10-year plan.
You go for free? Oh, fine. Okay. Is it that bad there? They welcome you with open arms.
And God forbid they try to do a bachelor tax somehow. Like it's over.
Yeah. They kind of already have one in the form of like the tax system when it comes to like single people pay more taxes than
that's true.
Married.
I mean, yeah, but like if they did it in some overt way, like people would swim to Brazil. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, you literally see them swimming. That'd be awesome. Yeah, the Mexicans would be coming up in the pontoons. They'd be like, "Who's that?" You see all the men swimming down. Yeah.
Yeah, you have people taking those big immigrant boats to America. Then they'd be taking the same boat right back. Like, no, it's too terrible. Let's just deal with the drug lords. Like, no.
Yeah. Sorry, awful. Yeah.
I mean, we're already getting taxed up the ass. Like, what are they gonna tax on? Like, not being married?
They do the hidden.
They already kind of do. Like I said, they already kind of do tax for not being married.
I mean, think about this though. What are they going to tax if you have a whole bunch of men who don't care about producing anymore? You gonna tax $0? Like what? You're gonna tax some dude in a single apartment with an Xbox and Pornhub on tap? Like, nah.
That's what I'm saying. The only thing you do is you gotta. That's what I'm saying. Accept it. You're not accepting your demise. You're just accepting that, like, if I don't do this, I'll have nothing. That's why I keep saying it's like focusing just on the one dynamic it becomes its own waste of time. Even as bad as it is, it still is wasted time.
Yeah, everything I do is in preparation for leaving.
Yeah, me too.
Eventually.
Did you ever ask your dad how much he had to do to get out besides study? Like, obviously, he had to really prepare. I'm sure that was an easy move.
Oh, dude, like
some of those things. Well,
I don't want to talk about as in specifics because I don't want to, dox. But there's definitely bribery involved. Government, greasing the wheels for the government papers.
Yep.
Paying off some officials. Yeah, whatever you got to do to get out of the third world to come to first world is necessary.
Right.
But hey, we're here, and then life goes on, and it's kind of super ironic. I just realized the black pill. It's like the reverse now.
Well, no, I think it's that. This is, like I said, this is like our war.
Someone said it's just kind of sad because back then men would have gone in a war already if they were being taxed.
Oh yeah, there's something else nobody's
Not
thinking
really.
of.
Yeah.
Hold on, there's something else nobody's taking into account with all this war talk. How would they replace the soldiers? There's no birth rate.
Yep.
You can't go to war anymore.
And you know what's funny? Like in 1776, George Washington was fighting for insane tax rate of 2%. And right now we're getting taxed 60% in 2021.
Hey, 60. I thought it was 37.
So on the high end, if you could definitely make
The high end is 60%. I mean, if you live in California and you make over 100K, you're getting taxed like.
Yeah, this is why I became a Republican Friday when I earned all that money. I wish I could retroactively vote for Trump now.
I think the tax rate in California, if you make like 200K plus, it's close to like 60.
holy shit.
So you're basically, oh no, I think 50 Cent said it best. Like, you know, those rappers earn like $500,000 or whatever. It's like, oh, fuck no, am I paying 60% in tax money?
You say I blame his ass. Who the fuck wants to pay over half their money away? Like,
Yeah, you're basically working for the state at that point.
yeah. Shit's bad.
Yeah, I get it why they call it California. Like that's why there's a mass
It
exodus.
absolutely is. Yep. But the worst part is then they still take their bullshit and then vote. Like that's why I was thinking of moving to Nevada for a while, and then I'm like, no. You see what happened in their most recent stuff? It's gotten just as bad. Because they left and they're like, oh, this state is bad. Better vote the same people in the next place. They don't seem to get it. You know?
Yeah, like
It's
the
just
problem is
progressive
that
bullshit.
the people they bring their bullshit and their culture with them that cause the problem. It's like, okay, well, obviously, like maybe has it ever maybe occurred to you that in a republic you are the problem. Like you're the one that puts the people in power. Like it's never occurred to the people that like maybe they're not that good. The people always complain about the politicians, but who put the politicians in power?
Yep.
Like, it's your own fault.
Suck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look forward to them banning prostitution in Nevada someday because of this.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah, but that's female empowerment. That's fine, right? I'm being facetious, obviously.
Mm.
Yeah. But they'll say that. You know.
Ugh.
Again, I feel like, it's funny, Dralix brings it up. I have a funny feeling that in a different way, but in the same context, this is what his dad was probably discussing with his friends and other people. And everyone who's ever been in that position has been. I'll give you an example from my family. Right? My great-grandfather, he left Europe going into the 20th century. Okay. And my grandmother, when she was passing, I would spend a lot of time with her, and she shared memories of him because I never got to obviously meet him. She was very old, too. So, and she told me when these things started getting weird, I started mentioning to her, and this is even years ago, like when I started seeing the changes. She said, I remember as a little girl, my father always had this radio. He's very big on radios. Radios were new then, and he picked up the shortwave, and he spoke a lot of languages. And that one night, she heard him screaming, at his her mother, my great grandmother, and she's screaming. And then she came out. She just stood there, and that her name is Millie, and she goes, she said it. Well, they were German. I'll just tell you that. You know what I mean? This is a while ago, and. He screams, she goes, "You're scaring Millie." She said it in, and he goes, "Don't you hear this? Listen to them. This is really bad." Like that type of thing. I don't remember word for word. That was not my point of story. She goes, "I got to tell you, son, the radio sounds the same. It's just in English." And that's when I woke up. She was fucking right. It was the sound. It's like when people remembered, like they can still hear Pol Pot, like years later, they can tell his voice. She's like, it's the sound. It's not what they're saying. It's how they're saying it. It's the same thing. And he knew it then, and that's how he left well early and built a life. And maybe we have to also. And that's why I don't agree with the doomer thing, because the doom won't bring what you want. You have to prepare. And that's why I even laugh when you see these like the weird preppers. No, I don't mean I'm not in for prepping, but you see like they're going to go live in a cabin. No, it's like you have to prepare real, like Drowlick's dad did. He didn't go, "Oh, the world's falling apart." No, he's like, "Oh shit, I better get some money to bribe this guard,"
Yeah, no, for real. Like if
That's what he did.
you bring some scary memories, because like I'm trying to think, like what if we never left that place? Like what I definitely won't be here talking to you right now, right?
Over boyos. Well, that's over. That's what I'm trying to say. The floor. There is no floor. That's why people are like, it's over, boyos. I guess we'll just stay home and play video games. It's like, no, no, no. It could be really over.
Yeah, I definitely would have lived a different life had we never left and
You'd
came
be
to
alive.
the West.
You'd be alive. You could be crawling in a diamond mine somewhere. I don't know where. Whatever. You know what I mean? Who knows?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, what do you think these people do? That's not a racist thing. It's the truth. What are the, you know? I mean, why do you think he was leaving because he had such a great job? It's not his fault. It was like, oh, I'm gonna leave because this is great. He was leaving because of this fucking nightmare.
All right. There's one thing I would say though. If we're talking about the current social decline, because
Yeah.
in part because of feminism, but in part that's just the dynamics of an industrial civilization.
Right.
It's spreading like a virus everywhere.
And
I would say in 10 years, there might not be anywhere to run to.
And what I'm saying, when despotism spread it during World War II, it didn't work everywhere. It didn't. And communism didn't work everywhere. It spreads. It consolidates. There's always some type.
I would say it would be,
I never thought I'd see us put our guard down here.
yeah, there will be fewer places to go, but you know, I would say there is still places you would definitely go, even if it's remote. You know, that might be like you would not be able to just go to the major cities with, you know, expected major modern living, but
There's some you're not taking into consideration though. What makes this new world different is that everything is interconnected on the communication level.
Yes, but what I'm trying to say is there will still be. It's not going to go back like that. So say, don't think of TradCon. There always is a counterbalance. So other areas of the world, for their own greed, will counterbalance. I just always hoped the United States would stay that counterbalance, and they're not. That's what I'm saying. When they went in World War II, they didn't just do it purely ethical. They just were the counterbalance. They were pragmatic, and like the whole value's gone, and now we're the ones doing that shit. You guys ever see Cabaret? The actual play?
No.
You know the film. It's based on the people living in the Cabaret theater, you know, not stopping the Nazis. That's the idea.
Mhm.
Anyway, so can I do a spoiler alert here? It's kind of an old thing, right? The point is, after obviously they all get taken to the camps, the one American who can escape, you know, he leaves, you know, because he was visiting, and the guard's like, "Why are you leaving so soon? Don't you love it here?" And then, "Isn't our country great?" And he got afraid, and he goes, "Sure." And then when the guard leaves, he goes, "It was great. That's why I came." You see what I mean? Like, they lost themselves. That was the point. It was the greatest place I ever saw. And that's why your dad came. He was like, it was the greatest place I ever saw. You know what I mean?
yeah, definitely. So yeah, I kind of feel like if you got the means, get the hell out, and if you're not working towards bettering yourself, it's already over then.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's that's what I mean. It's over beyond the level you think it's over. That's my point. It's so over. I think sometimes people cope because they think it's not as over as it is.
Yeah, I need to do. I think we were talking in the very beginning when we started the stream with mystery, but it's like the other topic, the black pill topic, not necessarily in regards to the dating and female nature, but it's not even about that anymore. It's like the great divide has already been here.
Yeah.
It's like you need to be already bettering yourself to put
Yes.
yourself in a better position for the future.
You can't. Exactly. You can't. Just like your dad probably couldn't worry about the date he had that Friday night. That fateful Friday night when he was ready to crawl through a fucking sewer or whatever. I don't know. I mean, who knows what these people had to do.
No, it's not that bad, but
Okay, well, I meant You know what I'm saying? Like it was the least of his worries were to his mom. You know what I mean? Like I'll send money,
Yeah.
all right. Like that was the worries. So
No, it's not like fresh off the boat. We came on
oh
economy
no,
class
that's
over here.
well, okay, but what I meant, yes, I meant it was doing what he had to do. That's what I meant. Not if he spent all his time worrying about it didn't matter. Would have been a waste. It would have been like people in the cabarets. Oh, one more dance. Yeah, well, it's over.
Yeah, there would just be
Like,
fewer places to go in the future, I would say.
but again, what I'm trying to say is that there's even out of their own selfishness, there's a counter. So what think of it like this, like when let's say the Spanish came here, it was better for them until it's not, but it was better for them, right? Because it was even out of selfishness. So there'll be somewhere to, like I said, if they want a global world, this is what they want. They want the worldwide casino. Then we have to accept it.
Well, are we talking about the Spanish conquistadors?
No, oh no. I'm sorry. I meant like with like we talked last week about like the labor, stuff. Like it made their lives better for now. But
Oh yeah. Oh,
allowed in, even if it wasn't actually to be nice. So I'm saying, like, in other words, here's what I'm trying to say. Let's say you have a country that's been trying to like build up its I don't know, let's say a more second, let's call it a second world type country. I know it's not an actual term,
Oh, it is.
Whatever. Well, I didn't hear what you said. Sorry.
Yeah, it is. First world was like the U.S. and the Allies. I think the second world was
Right.
like Russia and China, and third world was all the people that were unaffiliated.
Okay. So let's just.
But developing countries, yeah, I get what you mean.
Okay, let's call it developing countries, but that they're not like still in like the stage alpha. Like they're actually up and running. Like say like Brazil or right. They want you to come there. It's not because they're nice. It's because they're like, wait a second, you send people who are educated and have funds. Like it makes sense. It's the same way when people went, I'm going to New York, I'm leaving Berlin. It's like it's becoming that decision that like that's what I'm saying. How weird it's getting. It's the same people left. Like people are like, yeah, I think I'm gonna get out of Moscow. People did, and
yeah. I
you know
think the
what I'm
smart
trying to
ones
say.
already got out and left.
Yep, that was my point. They got out. They got over before it was. It's over, boyo.
I don't know. I think another economic black pill is I guess China is investing a lot in Africa.
Yeah.
And then I think it was Ethiopia is not Ethiopia is becoming China's China, if that makes sense.
Yep.
Dude, Africa is literally the last place on Earth that doesn't have a population problem.
Right.
Everybody else is either growing but becoming capped out, like China and South America, or you have places that are falling out the bottom, like America and Japan.
So I think geomaxing to Africa might be somewhat of an option, viable economically as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing about it is everybody already knew that years ago, so everybody's going to be swarming in there soon.
No.
There's a pretty big barrier to entry to geomax to Africa. I think as an African American, you would blend in fine, but as a white man or Asian man, it might be.
There's a whole bunch of single mothers over there with Chinese children.
Okay, well, can I tell you something else? Why you guys it all work also? Sometimes I like the silver lining on the cloud. If you're doing well with money, you don't have a lot of all the other things that the other guys who can't leave. You don't have a baby mama. You don't have a house. It's the weird. It's sort of like you were forgotten. Everything's painful, but then you go, wait a second. It's actually easier for me to go. It'd be harder. You don't have a kid to pull out of school or whatever. Things that maybe your wife would say no. You know what I'm saying? That you sort of have that weird freedom. That's
Yeah,
why.
no, that's true.
And-
I'm not married. I got no kids. I'm renting. If I needed to leave, I could disappear in like literally a week.
Yeah,
Okay.
sadly, the problem is part of the solution.
Again, what I'm saying is a lot of these other people, when they're trying to tell you, that's why, again, when they're telling you, like, okay, well, that's why I say when they say about frame, it goes well beyond the looks problem. Is that they're basically telling you to not get mad and like push out. They're trying to make you, it's like, they're almost like the red pill. It's almost like the red pill is ironically making you a better beta.
It is, because it's still in the service of women.
Yep. They're basically doing what they're saying that you don't want to be. And that's what they all are.
Yeah,
those
so,
fucking
learning how to
They're
simp better.
better betas. So they're right. They're like, hey, look, I got a girlfriend, I got a wife. Yeah, but she's still just dragging your fucking ass around Disney World. That they don't even see themselves. They're strangers.
Yeah, I think married in 2021 and beyond is just cucked slave wage.
Of course it is.
You know how bad the situation is if marriage makes you less of a man and not more?
Right.
How backwards that is in a society. Just saying, like.
Yeah. So.
All right, buddy boyos, I'm cutting it short tonight.
All right, guys.
Been on for a while.
Yeah.
Good stream.
Good stream. Yeah, this was fun.
Yeah. We'll go our own way.
All right.
Yeah, watch those movies, buddy boyos.
Yeah, I'm gonna put that in my thing. I definitely will buy it next week.
I'm really curious as to see what other people think of Bone Tomahawk.
Definitely got me chomp at the bit. I will.
Yeah, I gotta write it down. You said Bone, Tomahawk, and what else?
Bone Tomahawk 2015. Kurt Russell.
And Surrogates, what's the other one?
Surrogates was I think 2009. Bruce Willis.
Yeah, as long as I can look up the names, that's all.
Yeah, you'll find it.
All right, I just gotta wind up the old line wire and I can download them.
Man. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kidding. I'm gonna get them, but
Yeah.
got 180K. I'm pretty sure I could buy a movie theater.
Probably could at this point. Buy some more AMC shares.
Just buy an AMC. Just take a whole AMC.
Hey, that
probably
went up from $4 to $15 though, so it's actually
Yeah, I saw it out at like 20.
yeah.
Got lucky there. Either way, all right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and start taking people out of the stream. Remove. All right, Coper, you're out of here first. Any last words?
Good luck.
Good luck. All right, any last words, boyos?
Yeah, appreciate the forum. It's good to be saying something.
Yeah, it's always good to have people on for sure.
Yep. All right, later, guys.
All right, then. In the broadcast.